got long interviews, so we'll need to keep our part really, really short.
Total Media presents Scioto County Area High School Sports Broadcast. Stay tuned for live coverage from our game sites on this Total Media station.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's live coverage of Ohio High School football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. It is week number 10, the final weekend of regular season high school football in the Buckeye State, and for most schools around the region, it is rivalry weekend, and that's exactly the case here in Minford, where the mighty Minford Falcons are getting set to host the Valley Indians in the annual Lucasville-Minford Road rivalry. Hi again, everyone. I'm Chuck Greenslade, along with Matt Payton, welcoming you to the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show. SOMC is proud to introduce the redesigned practice of the SOMC Orthopedic Associates. These improvements integrate orthopedic surgery, physical medicine and rehabilitation, and podiatry into a single comprehensive office. These key specialties work together to deliver coordinated patient-centered care. By streamlining services, we aim to enhance communication among providers, improve continuity of care, and offer an elevated experience for our patients. SOMC Orthopedic Associates, comprehensive care for a body in motion. Call 740-356-1709 to schedule an appointment. Well, Matt, this is always a fun rivalry. This is the type of game where you get two communities that neighbor each other, close proximity. You've got family members who go to each school. You've got people who go to church together. You've got people who have been lifelong friends. Only one side might wear red and silver, and the other side wears the purple and gold. This is a good rivalry.
I mean, they share a road together, Chuck.
I mean, exactly.
And unfortunately, we didn't take the road out here. We took the bypass, which is technically the Battle of the Bypass.
We were on a part of it, though. We got a portion of it.
But that's the thing. These two share a road name. Lucasville-Minford Road. I mean, they're that connected. But the thing is, this is one of those games coming into it. It's the last week of the season. Hard to believe it's week 10.
It is.
As always, fastest 10 weeks in football. But we're week 10 now. This will be a heck of a ball game, I believe. Throw all the records out the window when these two get together. It honestly can be that way because we've had games out here, we called before, where one team's had a really bad season, but guess what? Makes that season end just a little bit sweeter when you get to knock off your rival. That's what we may have happen tonight.
This is certainly one of those matchups that over the last 5-6 years, the favorite has not always prevailed. Valley enters the game 7-2. The Minford Falcons are 2-7. Valley's playoff hopes very much alive. If the Indians win tonight, it is expected that they will host a first-round game. If they don't get the W tonight, chances are they're going on the road for next week's Week 11. For the Minford Falcons, win or lose, this is it. For the seniors, it will be their last hurrah. Let's go ahead, Matt, and take a look at the Counseling Center's keys to success, starting with the visiting Valley Indians. What must Coach Nolan Crabtree's tribe do to get that 8th win of the season here tonight?
Coach Crabtree just needs to stick to his game, stick to his guns, stick to his game plan, get the ball out, get it on the perimeter, kind of space it out a little bit, get the offense rolling, get it going early, and that's going to be a big key for them, is getting first downs, not playing from behind.
And on the other side, Coach Jordan Michael wrapping up his second season with the mighty Minford Falcons. What do the Falcons need to do to pull off the upset here tonight?
Well, I think they've already taken the one step I would have said. They won the toss. Instead of normally deferring and everything, guess what? They want the ball.
Take that football.
They're going to probably run the clock. They're going to try to pound this thing out. They got a tough quarterback who's playing his last game. I think they will have I think he has a pretty good game plan ahead. I think keeping the ball, minimizing turnovers, getting first downs, and just chewing that clock up. Like, cut the possessions in half for Valley. I think they have a good chance in this game.
Curtis Glenn, that tough quarterback that you were alluding to there. Those are the Counseling Center's keys to success. Thank you, Matt. For 45 years, the Counseling Center has established itself as the region's leader in behavioral health care, providing everything from substance abuse disorder treatment to mental health counseling, primary care, youth therapy, vocational development, and even job placement services. The Counseling Center employs over 600 people, caring employees who believe that every human deserves help. We all know someone. The people at the Counseling Center want to help them, and since 1980, that's exactly what they've been doing. Learn more online at thecounselingcenter.org or phone 740-354-6685. Tonight, the Minford Falcons will host the Valley Indians. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. Our coverage continues in 2 minutes.
Around for the Calvary Baptist Church, and I'd like to reveal to you that our church Church exists to bring people to Jesus Christ, to tell them of a Savior who loves them and gave his life for them on the cross at Calvary, conquered death, rose up from the grave, and made salvation possible for every person. If you have questions about this person named Jesus Christ, come see us. Visit becausefcalvary.com and be our guest at Calvary Baptist Church.
Monroe's Frame and Collision and now Wheel Alignment knows that good luck on the field can sometimes turn into bad luck in the parking lot. Well, if that happens to you, just know that Monroe's Frame and Collision is there from big bangs to little dings and have been doing it for 30 years. Monroe's commitment to you, the customer, is evident when you speak with any one of the Monroe's technicians or staff. Monroe's makes you feel as comfortable as possible and are always readily available and happy to answer any of all questions and your inquiries. Monroe's Frame Collision and now Wheel Alignment.
Why is Southern Ohio Medical Center Urology Associates the perfect choice for you? It starts with the expert care of board-certified urologist Dr. Stephen Willems, followed by a variety of procedures offered right in the office, which means no hospital stay and a quicker recovery. Along with general urology care, SOMC Urology Associates also offers the latest in advanced treatments for enlarged prostate, including Urolift and Aquablation, board-certified expertise, and the latest procedures in prostate care. SOMC Urology Associates is the perfect choice. Call us at 740-3564-URO today.
Gamps Power Equipment, Route 140 in Slocum is your hometown team for the most feared lineup when it comes to mowing down the competition. Names like John Deere, Toro, Honda, Steel, and Western. You're guaranteed a winning record every time you take the field in pursuit of that perfect cut. Gamps opens the doors Monday to Saturday at 7:30 and features pickup and delivery as they always service what they sell. To find out more, go to Gamps.com and discover what true customer service is all about at Gamps Power Equipment, soon celebrating 100 years as a Hall of Fame family.
You're listening to high school football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton, and we are live from Minford High School where the Falcons are getting set to entertain the Valley Indians. Some of the players you can look forward to seeing here tonight for the host Minford Falcons. Senior quarterback Curtis Glenn has thrown for 1,481 yards and a dozen touchdowns on the season. He is also the team's leading rusher as he has logged 708 yards off of 133 carries. That's an average of 5.37 yards per rush. He has scored 7 touchdowns on the ground. The Falcons' leading receiver is Wyatt Swick. He's got 25 receptions for 617 yards and 5 TDs. Swick is the leading receiver in terms of yardage and touchdowns. In terms of the most receptions, well, that distinction is held by Carter Frazee, who has 28 catches, a team best, for 320 yards and a couple of scores. For the Valley Indians, the defense has been good all season long for Coach Nolan Crabtree's tribe. This is a unit that gives up on the average of just 16.6 points per game, and most of those were put up in the 2 losses that the Valley Indians suffered, which were to Wheelersburg and West. Other than those couple games, this Valley defense has been lights out all season long. They have a 2-quarterback system. Valley has utilized that all season long. Both juniors, Braxton Conaway and Hunter Cunningham, they both have different skill sets. Conaway a little bit more of a scrambler. Both have pretty solid arms. I'm sure we'll see both of them back behind center tonight. When Conaway is not at quarterback, he's usually at a wide receiver spot, and he is a really, really fine player, both offensively and defensively, regardless of what position he's playing. Gabe McNeil, he has battled injuries throughout his whole career, really, but the senior is expected to be out there tonight, and on the defensive side of the ball especially. Well, you can say this for the offensive unit as well. When McNeil is out there, things just seem to be clicking a little bit more smooth for the Valley Indians, but the tribe certainly goes as running back Anthony Aaron goes. They call him Ant. He's a senior. He eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark last week in a win at Columbus Grandview Heights, which was a really big win for this Valley Indians program on the road. He is a fine, fine running back. He's got just about all the tools. He's got the quickness, he's got the speed, he's got a nice little jump cut, and he's got some power as well, and he's got a good line blocking for him. So those are some of the players that you can expect to see tonight. As far as temperatures, well, it's starting to feel a little bit more like football season. It's still beautiful, though. We have been blessed all year long with tremendous weather. We have not seen a raindrop now in 10 weeks. That will persist throughout the course of the evening. We will have our coolest night of the 2025 season, but at this time of year, that's kind of expected. It is currently 51 degrees, but by the time kickoff rolls around, look for it to be around 49. if we're still here around 10 o'clock tonight, which I doubt we will be, we'll probably be on our way home, but it will get down to 43. And in the overnight hours, it's going to get chilly. Look for a low overnight of 33 degrees. So if you plan on getting up a little early in the morning, you might want to take a pretty heavy little jacket with you, depending on how cold-natured you are. That temperature, well, that's Cole's Game Time temperature. Cole's Auto Sales. Our Game Time temperature is presented by Kyle Cole and Company at Cole's Auto Sales. They can be found at 16127 US 52 West Portsmouth. While many car lots are struggling to stock their lots with quality used cars, Cole's is blessed to have a great selection and offers financing. Bad credit, no credit, it's no problem. All you need is proof of income and a down payment. If you're looking for a sharp used vehicle, give Cole's a call at 740-357-6009. Again, it will be 49 degrees when we kick this game off at 7 o'clock straight up. Let's take a 60-second timeout, and when we return, we will hear from the head coach of the Valley Indians, Nolan Crabtree. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Total Media Group Station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner family of dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision. Marketing Media can grow your business with targeted marketing strategies, tactics, and resources that actually do work. Appalachian Marketing Media sells market-friendly websites that are designed to convert traffic into clients. Appalachian Marketing Media provides superior customer service and will quickly respond to any of your website needs. With packages starting at $2,000, contact Appalachian Marketing Media on Facebook and learn more on their website.
That's it.
Why does a church exist? This is Pastor Ryan Brown for the Calvary Baptist Church, and I'd like to reveal to you that our church exists to bring people to Jesus Christ, to tell them of a Savior who loves them and gave his life for them on the cross at Calvary, conquered death, rose up from the grave, and made salvation possible for every person. If you have questions about this person named Jesus Christ, come see us. Visit becausefcalvary.com and be our guest at Calvary Baptist Church.
Perry Steele is a senior power lifter from New Boston Glenwood High School who is in the engineering program at the Scioto County Career Technical Center. Perry, what do you like about the Scioto County CTC and your program?
I like using our advanced equipment, learning new things, and pursuing my passion in engineering.
And what are your plans for after high school?
I plan to go to college and become a mechanical engineer.
The Scioto County CTC, a proven past for building a better future. Tonight, the Valley Indians are in Minford to face off against the Falcons in the annual Lucasville-Minford Road Rivalry. I'm Chuck Greenslate, along with Matt Payton, and this is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show. I am being joined now by the head coach of the Tribe, Nolan Crabtree. Coach Crabtree, you have to be ecstatic about the opportunity that is presented to you and your ball club this weekend, going up against your rivals from Minford, an opportunity to host a first-round playoff game, perhaps with a win tonight. That's at least the way it looks like with the OHSAA computer rankings being as they are at the moment. There's a ton on the line tonight, Nolan.
Yes, there is. Very exciting. I'm really, really proud of our kids, the way they've played and put themselves in this situation. We had a big road game last week, and we told them going into last week against Grandview Heights that, our playoffs start now. If we didn't win that one last week, then the odds of us getting in were not good. And we went on the road last week and really took care of business and played well and set ourselves up in a really great spot to go in against Minford tonight and punch our ticket.
Coach, how do you feel about your team right now? And what I mean by that is so often as you get toward the end of regular season play in any sport, you often hear people talk about teams peaking or maybe somebody's hurt that is a key contributor. Some teams get better as the year goes. Some people get worse. Some people get hurt, banged up, whatever the case might be. Where do you feel your Indians stack up in all that?
We've kind of been on a little bit of a roller coaster. So, we started really hot and we were playing really excellent football. Then we played Wheelersburg and just we were terrible that night. And it really took a lot out of us. And we went on the road the next week to Northwest, and the Wheelersburg game was when Gabe McNeil got hurt. So we would go over there without him, and our backs were kind of against the wall and against a good Northwest team, and we scratched and clawed and then, drove down in the final minute and won a ball game. And that was, like a really good boost. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. We're going to hit this stride and really get going again. The next week we come out and then we have a halftime lead against West and just really played a terrible second half of football. And, there was a little bit of like trying to really shake our guys and get their confidence back and make them understand that those things are in the past. And, feeling like last week against Grandview, that was kind of the day that I felt like, okay, we're on the way back up. Our kids are feeling good about where they're at, and and they should. So I feel like we're riding a high. We got a big game tonight, and it's one of those things. I'm happy with where our team's at.
Anthony Aaron has just been tearing it up for you all season long. Talk to me about him for a moment, if you would.
Ant moved in last year from Columbus. His family moved down this way, and he's been such a blessing to our program. Not only is he a great player, he's a great kid, just very infectious smile and great teammate, hard worker. And, he's a guy that has been so reliable for us this year. He went over the 1,000-yard mark last week against Grandview. He's got around 15 or 16 touchdowns this season. And, just the last 2 years has honestly just been reliable. That's the best word for him. He's been spectacular at times, but he's just so steady. We give him the ball and he runs hard and does so many things for us, and just definitely a focal point of our offense.
Coach Crabtree, what are the keys for a Valley Indian win tonight?
Well, our biggest thing is we feel good about who we are as an offense when we don't turn the ball over. I know it's maybe cliche or things that are said there, but we feel like our running game and the way, especially number one, Braxton Conway has been carrying the ball in the backfield with Anthony, has really turned the corner. I think Braxton has been over 90 yards rushing the last three games, to go along with Anthony. So our run game is really looking good. We've thrown the ball well at times, and we got a nice shot in the arm last week. We got Gabe McNeil back on a limited basis on the defensive side of the ball. We'll see where he's at offensively. But we got those other guys carrying the load, and guys like Lex Logan, Blake Lundy, Nick Queen, and Isaiah Clark have all played really well offensively as well. So we'll see where things are at, and go out tonight, take care of the football, and get ourselves set up for the playoffs.
Nolan, I was glad to hear you use the word cliche. I'm going to use that as well. And this is a cliche that it sometimes makes me cringe because I feel it's overused in a lot of applications. But so often when you're talking about rivalries, as is the case with your Valley Indians and the Minford Falcons, you hear people say, throw the records out the window. Well, sometimes records do matter. But if there was ever a rivalry in our area where there was truly some weight to that statement, this is it. I can remember a few years back, your predecessor, Coach Darren Crabtree, he had an 0-9 Valley Indians team. Lone win was against a Minford ball club in Week 10 that a lot of people did not think Valley could beat. And then, it's been reversed, too. Your Valley Indians have been rolling, and Minford's gotten that big Week 10 win to kind of end their season on a high note. So this is one where you certainly can't have a letdown because you know that the effort's going to be there on both sides and the emotion's going to be there as well.
Well, without a doubt. We have used it all week in practice and reminded our kids, 2 seasons ago, we went over to Minford. We won 2 games. We had beaten Oak Hill, and then we had upset Northwest 7-6. And we went over to to Minford that night, and Minford had won at least 5 games, I think, and they were sitting there looking to get into the playoffs, and were a substantial favorite against us. That was one of the years that we were not a great football team, but man, we sure improved as the year went on, and we went over and upset them 24-0. Just played just a complete game, and that's one of the wins like I hang my hat on as a coach. Like one of my favorite wins. But I talked to our kids about how that felt that night, and understanding you were the underdog and you had nothing to play for. You went in there swinging, and you landed the first punch and you kept going. And that's something we've really, really been hard on this week. Is like, don't let them land that first punch. Don't let them feel like they're going to stay around in this game. We know that what we're playing for compared to what they're playing for, and we've just got to come out and do the things we're coached to do, take care of the football, and play physical, and hopefully things go our way.
Valley and Minford, boy, there have been some classics between these two down through the years, no doubt about it. I'm sure tonight will be interesting in its own way as well, as they all are. Coach Crabtree, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck to you and your Valley Indians tonight and on into the postseason.
Thank you, Chuck. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, buddy. That is Coach Nolan Crabtree of the Tribe, and this is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Rooter Plumbing, the Counseling Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, First State Bank, the Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware, Appalachian Marketing Media, and Dyer Insurance. The Glockner family of dealerships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 12-month, 12,000-mile new vehicle premier coverage and 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Credit issues? No problem. Glockner Auto Credit will finance your future, not your past. Shop online at Glockner.com. At Glockner, we make it easy.
We at Swick Bentley Funeral Home want to help you celebrate the life that inspired you. Whether you have lost a loved one or want to pre-plan your own services, we are here to help. We can help you plan traditional burial or...
Hi, I'm Nancy Hawk, the owner of Real Estate Gallery. I'm inviting you to contact any of our professional realtors for all of your real estate needs, or visit our website at realestategallery.com. Real Estate Gallery Incorporated, Portsmouth and Wheelersburg.
Real Estate Gallery, we'll be there every step of the way. Real Estate Gallery.
Visit our website at realestategallery.com. Real Estate Gallery Incorporated, Portsmouth and Wheelersburg.
Tonight, the mighty Minford Falcons will entertain the Valley Indians in the annual Lucasville-Minford Road Rivalry. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton, and this is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show. With us now is the head coach of the Falcons, Jordan Michael. Well, Coach, your season comes to an end tonight on your home field. For your seniors, it will be a very, very special time. It always can get emotional when you know you're playing your final game, especially that final home game. I'm sure it's going to be a special evening.
Oh, absolutely. It's this senior class, majority of them have, been with me these last 2 seasons and, been through a lot of trials and tribulations, that's for sure. But, they've helped us take a big step this year, I think, in the program. And it's definitely going to be an emotional ending. And, we've worked all week to hopefully send them out on a positive note with a win tonight.
And Coach, a win tonight would certainly go a long, long way for this program. In addition to sending off the seniors in a positive light, what it would do as far as building the program toward the future, man, it would be big for you.
Absolutely. That's what, we tell the guys how close we are and the situations that we've been in this season in terms of, the one, I think we've got 2 one-score losses and, you hope to be on the other end of those when those happen, but sometimes you gotta first learn to fail before you can learn to succeed. And, hopefully this could be one of these times where we come out on the tide of a hard fought game, because we know that's what it's going to take to beat these guys. We've got to come out, we got to respond to adversity and, just keep stacking up those good plays and, hopefully come out with a win tonight.
And Coach, I know that you're wrapping up your second season in Minford, but I have no doubt you've studied up on the history between these 2 schools and the rivalry that is the Lucasville-Minford Road rivalry. There have been some Week 10 matchups down through the years between these 2 that have gone the way that nobody thought they would go. It's happened time and time again. This is that type of game that can really make or break your season. It's just your typical end-of-the-year rivalry game, your Ohio State-Michigan on the smaller scale. All of the entire country is going to be dealing with games like this over the next week or so. They're all around the state of Ohio tonight. This is certainly a special one in its own right. You can do a whole lot for the morale of the program with a good showing this evening, and I'm sure that being able to kind of hurt Valley's chances of hosting a first-round playoff game, that could be a big program builder for your ball club.
Yeah, week 10 is always special because, I've been to, two schools now, and week 10 is always special because it is that heated, it's that rivalry. Like you talked about, you got Michigan and Ohio State, and then, you've got, in our area, there's a ton of week 10 rivalry games going and across the entire state. And, what makes it special is you truly do. The record doesn't matter. And, it's especially coming for us, we've got a lot of emotional things that we're playing for, that these seniors are playing for. And, we've talked about being the spoiler. We know that Valley's had a very good season. They're a very good football team. But we don't mind trying to play that villain for them and trying to send them on a road trip for their week 11 instead of playing at home, and that's something our guys are kind of fired up to kind of take that challenge.
And Coach, what must your Minford Falcons do to get the big win tonight?
First, on offense, we've got to be able to, get on schedule, stay on schedule, stay away from penalties and turnovers and, bad snaps and miscues that we kind of put ourselves in those situations at times, and, continue to stay ahead of the chains, get first downs. And, we've been a team to go score quickly and get big plays, but that's not necessarily the recipe for this game. We've got to grind out some drives and go get some tough yards. And you flip on the defense side of the ball, they've got some dynamic players and got some kids that run the football hard. And, we've got to tackle in bunches. We can't expect a whole bunch of solo tackles on these guys tonight. We've got to get 11 halves of the ball every chance that we can, and get there with some bad intentions.
Coach, a lot of times in sports, high school sports especially, your last game comes around and you don't know at the time that it's going to be your last game. Maybe you're a team fighting to get into the postseason. Maybe it is a postseason game where if you win, you move on, and if you lose, you go home. But this is a situation where your kids know that this is the final hurrah. Has that made any difference at all this week in practice and in the overall vibe?
Yeah, I think it definitely has. We felt it in practice, because when you're dressing the team last week after the Wheelersburg game, obviously, that was a tough loss for our guys. And, we talk about it all the time, that the collective group that we have, freshman to senior, after this week, you never get to be together again. You never get to ride a bus again. You never get to go to feed the team again. You never get to go run in practice because I'm mad at you again, man. And you miss those things. And I think the seniors especially really felt it this week. We've had great practices this week, and we've stacked up some good days. And I think it's got a great potential for it to pay off for us this Friday.
Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us about your kids, and best of luck to you and your Minford Falcons tonight in the 2025 installment of the Lucasville-Minford Road Rivalry.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you. That's Coach Jordan Michael of Minford, and this is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. Since 1964, Little Septic Service in Wheelersburg has been dedicated to providing dependable septic service. Little serves Pike, Scioto, and all surrounding counties. Besides installing septic systems and cleaning out septic tanks, Little's does septic system renewal permit inspections. So when you receive a letter from your local health department telling you it's renewal time, just call Little Septic Service at 740-574-2033. From little problems to major issues, you can depend on Little Septic Service.
Tonight's game on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze is presented in part by these following sponsors: Flowers Monument, Coleman Sanitation Services, 3D Outfitters Gun Shop, 139 Pizza and Dairy Bar, and the PAL Independent Insurance Agency. Be listening to high school sports all season long on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze and by using the Local Happenings app.
Tonight, the Minford Falcons will host the Valley Indians. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton. Thank you so much for tuning in. Kickoff is just a few moments away. Let's meet the Valerie Ford starting lineups. A service of Valerie Ford, US 23 in Waverly. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford. Shop online at ValerieFord.com. First for the host Minford Falcons, quarterback will be Curtis Glenn. Mason Bradley is the running back. The tight end is Colt Donahoe. The receivers are Ty Borland, Isaiah Robertson, and Carter Frazee. And on the offensive line will be Taylor Malone, Cole Darby, Austin Wheeler, Marty Sparks, and Titus Green. Defensively on the line will be Noah Wittig, Taylor Malone, and Sam Patrick. The linebackers are Curtis Glenn, Trenton Scaff, Bryce McLaughlin, and Marty Sparks. McLaughlin and Sparks, the two inside backers. They are very, very tough. In the secondary is Mason Bailey, Carter Frazee, Colt Donahoe, and Austin Cole. Starting tonight for the Valley Indians, again, the two-quarterback system. We'll see both Braxton Conaway and Hunter Cunningham take snaps. Anthony Aaron is their fine tailback. Blake Lundy is a tight end and H-back. The receivers are Lex Logan, Nick Queen, Jet Hall, and Isaiah Clark. They all see time on the offensive line. You'll see Creighton Howard, Jose Maldonado, Brady Haynes, Nolan Barnett, Colton Stewart, and Phoenix Young. Defensively on the line will be Branson Barnett, Nolan Barnett, and Colton Stewart. The linebackers are Connor Wilson, Blake Lundy, Nick Queen, and Gabe McNeil. And in the secondary, Gideon Toller and Jet Hall, Lex Logan, Braxton Conaway, and J.U. Howard. Kicker is Jalen Bender, and he is a good one. And speaking of Bender, he's got the ball teed up, and we are just about set to get this game started. Those were a look at your Valerie Ford starting lineups. Thanks for tuning in to the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show. Let's play some football. Jalen Bender, the right-footed kicker, is getting set to boot the ball away. Here is his approach, and tonight's Week 10 matchup is underway. This kick will come down at the 5-yard line, and it will be fielded by Colt Donahoe. Donahoe takes up down the left hash mark. He breaks it. He's across the 40, 45, into Valley Indian territory, and the kicker, Howard, will make a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before Donahoe returns the ball all the way back to around the 40-yard line of the Valley Indians. What a way to get this one started for the hometown team on the scoreboard, the Minford Falcons. A 55-yard kickoff return by Colt Donahoe, the 6'4", 190-pound sophomore.
Talk about hitting a gap, Chuck. Wow.
He just raced up the left side hash marks. They're actually going to put the ball down at the 39-yard line. Wow. So make it a 56-yard return to get this game underway. Here comes the Minford offense. First play from scrimmage. Two receivers are wide to the right. There's a tight end and a wing to the left. Bradley is in the backfield, right beside the quarterback, Curtis Glenn, who is in the shotgun. A motioning back, makes his way toward the right, and Glenn will hand the ball off to Bradley, who will find a little bit of room off of left tackle. He'll pick up a couple of yards, gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 with the ball now resting at the 37-yard line. That opening kickoff, by the way, was presented as always by Harris Floor Covering at 610 9th Street in Portsmouth, as well as Harris Outdoors at 616 9th Street in Portsmouth. Harris Floor Covering is the area's leading floor covering contractor that has everything for all your floor covering needs. Call Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 and visit Harris Outdoors for firearms and hunting equipment. The ball stays on the left hash mark. There are 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, to the short side of the field, 5 wide for Glenn, who is in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Now it's a design quarterback draw. I don't think that was going to be a pass at all. That looked to be a run all the way, and Glenn is going to take it right up the middle to the 35-yard line. He's going to pick up 2, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 6. A nice job by the interior defensive lineman for the Valley Indians, stuffing all gaps there. Colton Stewart making himself very, very large. Also Tyler Carver helping with that stop. And the linebackers, Blake Lundy, one of them, holding his ground and making it difficult for Glenn to find any running room. Nick Queen in that general vicinity on the Valley defense as well to help plug up that play. 3rd down and 6. Ball on the left hash mark. 2 receivers to the left, a wing to the right. Bradley in the backfield to the left of Glenn, who will take the snap, and we've got whistles sounding as the ball was snapped. Encroachment on the Valley Indians defense, it appears. So a free 5 for the Minford Falcons, and boy, does that ever change the complexion of this upcoming snap. 3rd down and 6 morphs into 3rd down and 1, and that is a much more manageable situation for Coach Jordan Michaels' Minford Falcons to be in. Ball on the left hash mark. It is now 3rd down and 1. Boy, if Minford gets a little something going early here, Matt, we could have game 1 tonight.
We definitely could, and I like what they're doing. I think Valley may have to make a change on the way their defensive ends are playing right now. We'll go into more here in just a minute.
Glenn in the gun, Bradley to his left, and it's a design quarterback run by Glenn. He went to the right. There was nothing there. He reversed course, went back to the left, and he's going to have the 1st down. Didn't get a lot, but didn't need a lot. He's able to move the sticks, and he will take the ball to the 28-yard line. That's a 2-yard gain, and we have our initial 1st down of the evening, and it goes for the Minford Falcons. Just underway here, clock rolling with 9.5 minutes to play in this opening stanza. And, Matt, I mentioned this to Coach Nolan Crabtree and Jordan Michael both. It's a cliche, and you can't help but say it in rivalry games, especially when you have one team that's coming in 7-2 and the other that's 2-7. But you do throw records out the window in games like this. They just truly don't matter near as much. A lot of emotions, a lot of intensity, and a lot on the line for different reasons. Here's a read option, and after Kurt Glenn fakes the handoff to Mason Bradley. He finds a little room right up the gut. He'll go for 3 yards down to the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 7. A good read there by Curtis Glenn, the 6'2", 195-pound senior signal caller.
And here's the thing, what I was saying earlier, and you saw it right there, their defensive ends are coming way, way upfield. That's going to allow that running gaps for him to fill in behind. Kind of like, when a guy like Damon Williams from West Washington, whenever Ohio State play them, you got to have your defense keep contained but not go so far upfield because Glenn's good enough to split those defenders.
Here's a blitz by Minford. It comes up the middle, and wouldn't you know that Bradley's going to try to find the edge. He stiff arms one would-be tackler and gets away from him, and then shucks his way down to the 21-yard line. A flag did go flying, and it rests at the 25. Let's check the penalty. It is a face mask, and it's on the offense. As Bradley stuck that stiff arm out there, he evidently got his fingers caught in a Valley Indian face mask, so that's going to negate a pickup of 3 or 4 yards, and we will replay 2nd down. That's going to be, I believe, a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so that will move the ball from the 25, where the flag was resting, back to the 30. And as mentioned, we will replay 2nd down, and that's going to make it 2nd and 12.
Yep, slight incidental face mask.
Certainly didn't mean to. It was a nice try, but the fingers just got caught up on the face mask of a Valley Indian player. So 2 receivers to the right, actually a receiver and a wing. 1 wide receiver wide to the left. Bradley to the left of Glenn. And we've got movement again. A late flag goes flying. The movement actually occurred long before the flag was thrown, but one of the interior defensive linemen for the Valley Indians jumped out of his stance as Curtis Glenn got him with the hard count. So another 5-yard encroachment penalty on the Valley Indians. That'll move the ball back to the 25-yard line. Will be 2nd down and 7. We've been here before, haven't we?
We've been here once before.
Yeah. 5 yards back, 5 yards forward. We're all square. Scoreless here at Minford High School. Clock rolling with 7:40 left to play in this first period on a very beautiful fall night in Minford.
Hills all around us.
Twin receivers to the right side. That's the short side of the field. The give is going to go to Bradley to the left. He cuts it up, and he'll get maybe a yard. The Valley Indian defense was all over that. A very nice play by the Tribe. Valley is wearing its road white jerseys with purple numerals trimmed in gold, purple pants, and purple helmets with gold face masks. The Minford Falcons are in dark gray from head to toe with red numerals trimmed in white. They've got gray helmets with white and red stripes down the center with a red Minford M on each side. If you're watching the video stream on AppalachianMarketingMedia.com, you already know that, but just in case you're in radio land only, listening on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, we'll paint the picture for you best we can. A receiver to the right. A stand-up tight end and a wing to the left, along with the receiver. And Glenn is rolling to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback, so he'll have to throw back across his body, but he won't get the chance. He is going to be sacked, and that looks to be Gabe McNeil over on the far side, who chased him down and tackled him around the original line of scrimmage. We mentioned in our pregame, Matt, that when Gabe McNeil is out there, it just completely presents an entirely different vibe for this Valley Indian defense. He's a fantastic player. He's been good throughout his career on both sides of the ball. Sadly, he's been plagued with injuries just about his entire career, and he had some issues a little earlier this season, but he's out there tonight, and boy, did he ever make a great play there.
Yeah, I think he's actually playing with an injury tonight, but you know what? Final big rivalry game. He wants to see his team in playoffs have one final home game.
Loss of 2. It's 4th and 9. Minford will go for it, and Glenn launches a pass toward the end zone, incomplete. Double coverage. Intended receiver for Minford was Carter Frazee, and he was blanketed. One of the DBs was Braxton Conaway. He was closest to the ball as it came down just out of bounds out the back of the end zone. A nice opening drive for Minford. It started out with a great deal of promise, especially after that 56-yard opening kickoff return by Colt Donahoe gave the Falcons the ball at the Valley 39-yard line, but the Valley defense stiffens after giving up just one Minford first down. It will now be the Valley offense taking to the field in this scoreless game with 6:32 left to play in the first period. The ball will be placed down at Valley's own 28-yard line on the right hash mark. 3 receivers and a wing to the right. Anthony Aaron comes in motion to the left, and it's going to be a little play action. Conaway is going deep. He lofts a pass up, and it was nearly caught. I don't know how, but Lex Logan, in the midst of an entire army of Minford Falcon defensive backs, nearly came away with that pass, which had a lot of air underneath of it. I mean, I saw an airplane laying a little earlier off in the distance over at the Minford Airport, and I think that pass had almost as much height as the plane did coming in. He got air underneath that one, to say the least.
Definitely did. Interesting seeing Conway start the game out tonight. We haven't had Valley for 2 weeks, though, so.
For me, it's been even longer.
Yeah, I saw him against West, and Conway came in late and had some good things on the ground.
Pistol formation. The give goes to Aaron up the middle, and Aaron's going to be brought down just shy of the 30-yard line. Good effort on the run by Aaron, but a really nice defensive play by Minford's linebacker.
Trying to get the number.
I am too. It was a little difficult to pick up on. I think it's Sparks. Yeah, number 52.
Sparks. And I tell you what, that kid.
Marty Sparks, 5'7", 190-pound senior.
That kid is a walking tackling. Like, he just tackles everything.
He and McLaughlin both.
Yeah. The middle linebackers for Minford are just phenomenal.
You look at some of their tackling stats at the end of a game, and it's not out of the norm at all for both of them to be in double digits. Bunch trips to the right. Pistol formation again. Give goes to Aaron. Looking for some room right side, and he's going to be driven out of bounds. He had a nice game there, but he's going to be brought down well shy of the first down. That was a 3rd and 9 play, and it's going to be about 4th down and 4. Actually, he went out of bounds a little bit earlier than what I thought.
I think it's a
4th and 5. Yeah, gain of 4 on that play. So a punting situation for the Valley Indians, and it looks like the Minford defense is going to force Valley into a 3-and-out on the Tribe's first possession of this scoreless game with 5:41 left to play in quarter number 1. Back deep to return for Minford is Curtis Glenn, the quarterback. Howard is back in punt formation. Good snap. Howard gets off a boomer, a little wobbly. It's going to hit at the 32-yard line and get by Glenn, and it will roll inside the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. So a beautiful punt by Jalen Bender, the 5'10", 170-pound boot for the Valley Indians, who both kicks and punts. And the Minford Falcon offense will begin at its own 15-yard line.
53-yard
nice. Punt. Man. So we've seen a 53-yard punt. We've seen a 56-yard kickoff return. Special teams has been the most special part of the game thus far.
It definitely has.
Only 1 first down so far, both teams combined, and that was by Minford on the Falcons' first drive. Valley just held the 3-and-out. We've got 5:31 left to play in this opening quarter.
And if I'm Minford, this is kind of how the game you want it to play. You want to get Valley's offense off the field. You want to get long, sustaining drives.
2 receivers to the right side of the field for Minford, which is a short side of the field. Bradley is the tailback. And here comes a Falcon in motion, play action on the read option, or I should say a fake handoff. And Glenn tries to find some room up the middle himself, and he will get hammered after a gain of 1. I believe that was Nolan Barnett on the stop for the Valley Indians.
You are correct.
You know, I'm going to miss watching Kurt Glenn play football. I really am. Over the last couple years, as he has quarterbacked this football team, I'm sure he wishes that there would have been a few more wins come his ball club's way. They've got 2 so far this year, and they had 1 win last season, if memory serves me right. But he just loves to hit people. Even on that punt return a little earlier, after the ball bounced by him, he went and hit a Valley Indian who was just going down to simply down the ball. Here is Glenn setting up a screen. He finds his receiver left flat. This is Bradley, and he's got room left side. Nice little jump cut, and he's going to have the first down before going out of bounds around the 30-yard line. And then we have got the chains being moved. Tell you what, the players are right on top of the field here, and we've seen a couple plays on the Valley sideline, which is to the far side of the press box where we are situated, where players have run out of bounds and then made contact with some of the Valley players standing over there on the sideline watching the game. Tight confines here. You got to have your head on a swivel at all times. But that's a nice gain. 14 yards on the screen pass, and it's 1st and 10 for Minford. Glenn in the gun with a stand-up tight end and a wing to his right. This is a designed quarterback run. Glenn gets away from 1 tackler and lunges forward to the 31-yard line for a hard-earned pickup of 1. That'll set up 2nd down and 9 as the clock rolls to the 4:25-minute mark of the first quarter. Still scoreless here at Minford High School.
Tell you what, he definitely fights for every inch he can get.
That he does. A gain of 1, but about 3 yards of yak there, Matt, yards after contact, because he got hit a couple yards deep in the backfield and was able to elude that 1 tackler. Glenn is just fun to watch play.
He definitely is.
Ball shading the right hash mark, 2nd down and 9. 2 receivers to the left, actually 3. And here's Glenn out of the gun, rolling to his left, looking. He's going to tuck it and go. And Glenn's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be about it. That was a really good job of pursuit by several Valley Indian players over there on the far sideline. Connor Wilson, the 5'10", 180-pound senior, was the first to get there and then helped quickly arrive to converge on Curtis Glenn. No gain. It's 3rd down and 9. When we get a moment, we will introduce you to the third team on the field tonight, which we have not had the opportunity to do yet, the officials. But the game is moving along pretty quick.
It is definitely rolling as we're at 3:13 and counting.
You brought up a good point a few moments ago. I think this is exactly the pace that Minford wants. Big 3rd down coming up here to keep this drive alive. 5 wide, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Glenn steps up in the pocket. He's hit. Ball comes loose, and let's see who recovered it. We've got a Hope Source fumble recovery. Start your recovery today by phoning Hope Source, and Minford got it back.
Bradley got that one.
A loss back to the 26-yard line, but that could have been devastating to the Falcons. As mentioned, start your recovery today by calling Hope Source. Their number is 740-353-HOPE. Punting unit coming on for the Minford Falcons. First time we have seen Minford punt this evening. The other offensive possession on the game, on the night, in this game I should say, resulted in a turnover on down. So we will see Minford punter Mason Bradley, who is also the starting running back in punt formation for the first time. The snap is on target. Bradley gets it away. It's a sidewinding punt that will hit right at the 50 and then take a Minford bounce inside of the 45, and it will be downed in between the 43 and 44-yard line. So a pretty decent punt, but very solid starting field position for the Valley Indians, who will take over possession with 2.5 minutes left in a scoreless first quarter. As promised, let's meet the officials. Tonight's officials are presented in honor of the late Matt Oren and are sponsored by Mr. Reuter Plumbing, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, and Little's Excavating, all in Wheelersburg. Mr. Reuter Plumbing prides itself on customer care. Little's Septic Service has been serving the region since 1964 and always strives to stay out of your yard and, if possible, off of your driveway. Restaurant owners know that Little's Grease Trap Removal can get in and out quickly with minimal impact on your business, and Little's Excavating is the only area excavator licensed in aeration design. We'll check them right after this first down snap by the Valley Indians. Ball on the left hash mark. The snap goes to the quarterback, Conaway, and he is hit in the backfield and dropped. Short loss on the play. Nice job by the Minford defense. That looked to be Sparks again, flying to the football.
He is all over the place.
Loss of 1. Marty Sparks already with 2 nice defensive plays here in the first quarter. It'll be 2nd down and 11. And Matt, let's introduce everyone to the folks in the stripes tonight, tooting the whistles and donning that striped apparel.
Jesse Gannon, Larry Prater, Caitlin Anderson, Todd Meadows, James Brown, and the head ref is Larry Anderson.
Bunch trips to the right side of the formation, 1 receiver to the left. The pitch goes to Anthony Aaron. He is hit in the backfield and dropped. He got away from one tackler who got him around the ankles, but the defensive party just kept right on it going. And Anthony Aaron, a 1,000-yard rusher entering this game, tackled back at the 40-yard line for a loss of 3. It's 3rd down and 14. And boy, Minford defensively is looking stellar here in this first quarter.
Chuck, I think the Falcons came to play tonight.
They have come to play.
Especially the defense.
You know, it is a different vibe when you know it's your last. Valley's going to go on to the playoffs. They're playing for seeding here tonight, so this means a lot to them. But for Minford, this is it. Last hurrah. Here's Conaway rolling to his left. His pass is caught. Beautiful throw. Lex Logan makes the reception, and he will have the first down as he takes the ball into Falcon territory and is brought down at the 44-yard line. That's where his forward progress was halted before he was driven back a few yards, but a really good throw by Conaway as he threaded the needle there, because there was hands from a Minford defender very, very close to that ball as it whizzed by him.
Yes, there was, and I tell you what, I'm impressed with the way that they kind of came up with that, and then also the run after the catch.
Conaway will hand off to Anthony Aaron. He's got room right side, has a lead blocker. Anthony Aaron's going to have a first down as he will carry the football for an 11-yard pickup inside of the 35 to the 33. Really good game there, and he had a lead blocker, Brady Haynes, a 6'1", 220-pound senior. Matt, that looked to be a pulling guard, and that's one to write down as a possible candidate for the Portsmouth block, big block of the game, which will be one of the many awards we will dole out during our Minford Telephone Company post-game show following this contest. That really looked beautiful, and Anthony Aaron put his hand right there on the hip of Haynes, who guided the way en route to an 11-yard gain. The Valley Indians offense, a couple back-to-back first downs, and they're trying to get something going here. Going to go 5 wide, and Conaway with a design quarterback run going to be hit right around the line and spun down. Nice defense by Minford. Just as it appeared Valley's offense had some mojo going, the Minford defense steps up big. No gain on the play. It will be 2nd down and 10.
And I tell you what, whoever got that tackle was laying on the ground, basically just reached up, kind of like reaching up from the dead, just kind of grabbed him, just held on, and next thing you know, he came up and brought him straight down.
Well, we are in the spooky season. Halloween 1 week away, you know. Kind of the Undertaker type thing, WWE. Yeah. That's going to be it for this first quarter of play. And we've got a good one here in the 2025 Lucasville-Minford Road rivalry. Scoreless after 1. This is high school football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. We're back in 60 seconds.
Of dealerships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 12-month, 12,000-mile new vehicle premier coverage and 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Credit issues? No problem. Glockner Auto Credit will finance your future, not your past. Shop online at Glockner.com. At Glockner, we make it easy. The Counseling Center is the region's leader in youth and adolescent counseling and play therapy services. TCC plays a large role in substance abuse prevention services for area youth, providing more than 4,000 prevention services for area school-age children each year. In operation since 1981, the Counseling Center is the region's leader in behavioral health care, providing everything from substance abuse prevention and recovery to mental health counseling, primary care, vocational development, and job placement services. Learn more online at thecounselingcenter.org.
To the second quarter we go in Minford, where the Lucasville-Minford Road rivalry is all even scoreless. Valley with the football, 2nd and 10. Anthony Aaron gets this second period underway with a run right up the middle. Marty Sparks will bring him down. Great efforts by both players. Good run by Anthony Aaron. Good blocking from the Valley offensive line, but a nice job by Marty Sparks, the inside linebacker for the Minford Falcons, wrestling down this very good running back from Lucasville. Not before Anthony Aaron rips off a gain of 6, though, and it will be 3rd down and 4. The football rests at the 27-yard line. Ball in the middle of the field. 2 receivers will go wide left. One is split out wide to the right. That is Jet Hall. Great name for a wide receiver. Pistol formation. Fake handoff. Conaway is going to keep it. Cuts back. Left side. Now bounces out toward the left sideline. Inside the 10, the 5, and he will take it to the house for a 27-yard touchdown run. A beautiful scamper by 6'1", 165-pound junior quarterback Braxton Conaway. And we are scoreless no more as the Valley Indians strike first to make it 6-0 on the second play of the second quarter with 11:11 left to play before halftime.
And that's an aspect he adds to that quarterback position. He is able to scramble, get outside, and he's tough to bring down. Great run by Conaway.
Jalen Bender, the 5'10", 170-pound senior, will try the point after out of the hold of C.J. Maynard, and the kick is up, and it is good. And it is now 7-0. Valley Indians. There's been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. We're back in 60 seconds on The Breeze.
Collier Home Medical is expanding to open a second office in Grayson, Kentucky. Collier is a local durable medical equipment company providing and offering free setup of home medical equipment. Collier tends to home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier Home Medical, now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone Boulevard, Grayson. Call Berg at 740-574-0327. Phone the Grayson office to make an appointment at 740-981-6343. Collier Home Medical. On the Esplanade Laser Center and Medical Spa in Portsmouth knows that looking better makes you feel better. On the Esplanade offers body contouring, numerous skin services such as microneedling and chemical pills, as well as Botox and Juvederm injections. Plus, On the Esplanade has Obagi skincare products, among others. Let On the Esplanade Laser Center and Medical Spa help you look your best. Visit On the Esplanade, 813 Gallia Street, Portsmouth, and follow On the Esplanade on Facebook.
Jalen Bender just kicked off for the Valley Indians. Colt Donahoe, who had a 56-yard kickoff return to open up the game, has a nice return here as he fields the ball inside of his own 10-yard line and brings it out across the 20 to the 25-yard line. So that's where the Minford offense will take possession. Looks like they're actually going to spot it at the 24. We've got 11:04 left to play in the first half. 7-0 the Valley Indians lead. Let's check the scoring recap from moments ago. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in both Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, phone 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com. We'll check that right after this 1st and 10 play by the Minford Falcons. Ball on the left hash mark. A receiver wide to the right, one wide to the left. Read option. Kurt Glenn's going to keep it, and he's going to look to push the pile forward as he runs right up the middle and takes the ball out to the 27-yard line. Gain of 3 to bring up 2nd down and 7. Nice game there by Kurt Glenn, and a good push by that Minford offensive front. Matt, go ahead and let's check the scoring recap.
That drive was 7 plays, 56 yards, 2 minutes, 52 seconds going off the clock, and it was a touchdown run by Braxton Conaway from 27 yards out. Extra point by Jalen Bender was good. 7-0 Valley.
Taking a look at some other scores from around the area in a game that you can hear on Fox Sportsman 95.7 FM. In the first quarter, Ironton is up on Portsmouth 7-0. A lot of drama going on there, that's for sure. And Notre Dame leads at East 13-0. You can hear that on 92.1 FM WIOI. Read option again. Glenn is going to keep it. Tries to find some room left side, and he won't do it. Got maybe a yard. Again, in on that stop is Nolan Barnett, and we've mentioned that name a couple times this evening. Barnett is a 6'1", 220-pound senior. Maybe one on the play for Curtis Glenn. We'll call it 3rd down and 6. Football spotted at the 28-yard line. Just under 10 minutes left before halftime. It's 7-0. The Valley Indians lead at Minford. Matt, for Minford to keep serve here, it really seems like this is an important play upcoming as the Falcons need a first down desperately. If nothing else, just to keep that Valley offense on the sideline a little longer.
Yeah, they need to give their defense just a little bit more of a break.
2 receivers to the right, and we've got whistles sounding before the ball is snapped. The timeout is taken by Minford, and we'll take one as well. It occurs at the 9:25 mark of the second quarter. It's 7-0 Valley. This is high school football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. We're back in 1 minute.
Dan of Portsmouth Insurance, a TAH Benefits partner.
And I'm Jay Hazelbaker, president of TAH Benefits.
Portsmouth Insurance specializes in helping local business owners with their employee benefits.
We understand that operating a business can be stressful. Let us alleviate at least one of those worries for you. Portsmouth Insurance understands the health insurance marketplace, and our commitment to service and knowledge of both the personal and business insurance markets can give you peace of mind.
For assistance with all of your employee benefit needs, call us at Portsmouth Insurance, 740-353-4105.
In addition to monuments, Flowers Monument at 3001 Lucasville Minford Road in Lucasville offers bronze markers as well as landscaping rocks. Delivery is available if needed. If the landscaping around your home or your business already has rocks or bricks in place, Flowers Monument can stop by and do on-the-site sandblasted engraving, which can provide that personalized touch of having your name or address visible for everyone to see. Visit or call Flowers Monument today at 740-259-2731.
The Valley Indians have a 7-0 lead at Minford with 9:25 left to play in the first half. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton. Minford with the football face with 3rd down and 6 at the Falcons' own 28-yard line. Ball on the left hash mark. Glenn takes the snap out of the gun. 2 receivers to the right. Glenn is looking that way. He is flushed out of the pocket. He's hit as he throws, and he just about got that pass into the hands of Mason Bradley. I don't think Bradley was expecting it. They were only about 3 or 4 yards apart. The ball does hit the ground, incomplete. It will be 4th down and 6, and the punting unit for Minford will trot onto the field. Nice pressure applied by the Valley defense on that last play.
Very good job by defense getting out and forcing him out of the pocket and on the run, which usually that's a Glenn's strength, but they also did a good job containing once they got him outside the pocket.
Braxton Conaway is back deep to return this punt for Valley. Conaway has the game's lone touchdown, which occurred just a couple minutes ago. from the quarterback position. Mason Bradley back in punt formation. He takes a snap. It's low, but he gets it and lays into this one. Puts a lot of air underneath of it. Conaway will fair catch at the 44-yard line. Nice play by Conaway. And, you know, when you watch college football players on Saturdays and NFL players on Sundays, for the most part, we know there's football just about every day of the week these days, but you see return men fair catch punts, and it looks so easy. That is a much more difficult play than what people sometimes think, especially with bodies flying all around you, looking up into the lights, all the pressure of letting it get past you. And so often you see high school age return men let the ball bounce, and usually it goes for another 10, 15 yards. Who knows how many yards in field position that Conaway saved his team there by just fielding that punt.
Yeah, it could have been a 40-yard punt. Now it's a 29-yard punt.
Here is a read option. Conaway looks for some room left side and does not find it. That looked to be Kurt Glenn, surprise, surprise, submarining into the backfield and taking down Conaway for a loss of 1 to bring up 2nd down and 11 with the ball now resting at the Valley Indian 43-yard line. Curtis Glenn getting it done on both sides of the ball.
Quarterback on quarterback crime.
That's right. That's right. QB crime is running amok out here in Minford tonight. Two really good athletes there. Braxton Conaway of Valley and, of course, Curtis Glenn of Minford. Ball on the left hash mark. 2 receivers to the right, a receiver and a wing to the left. And the give's going to go to Anthony Aaron. He's got some room left side. Finds the edge. Aaron will have the first down the far sideline. Hits the fender and then flies over top of him for an extra yard or so down to around the 42-yard line. Fresh set of downs for Coach Nolan Crabtree's Valley Indians, who are 7-2 entering tonight's contest, 3-2 within the Southern Ohio Conference Division II.
I'll tell you what, you give Aaron any room when he starts building up that speed, he can really bust one and has great breakaway speed.
3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver split out wide to the left, pistol formation. Anthony Aaron behind the quarterback Conaway. Conaway on the read option, fakes to Aaron, runs up the middle, has a first down and then some, and then grabs another gear and explodes right up the middle of the field inside of the 25-yard line down to the 22. That's a 20-yard run. And, boy, that play, Matt, was very reminiscent of the one that he scored on the touchdown earlier in the quarter. He bounced it all the way out to the left and to the far sideline. That one he cut back, but a beautiful run again by Braxton Conaway.
Yep, and that's usually like same read option, pulled it, did a good job. Instead of bouncing out left, he bounced it right this time.
Gabe McNeil and Jet Hall are wide to the right. Lex Logan is wide to the left. The give is going to go to Aaron. He's got room left side. Nice little stiff arm. He has his helmet ripped off and continues to run down inside of the 10-yard line, and then a flag goes flying. How about that? Anthony Aaron has set up the Valley Indians first and goal within the Quality Heating and Air red zone, but let's check the penalty. You just wonder if that helmet was ripped off because a hand got a hold of a face mask. We will await the official's call.
They're still conferencing about it.
This comes with Southern Ohio's area code on the scoreboard. 7:40, 7:40 left to play in the first half. It is 7-0 Valley, and the officials continue to converse, and Coach Nolan Crabtree is now out on the field at the numbers conversing with them. For Coach Crabtree not to be happy.
I'm thinking it might be a holding call.
Yeah. Nolan is not at all a happy camper, and now after hearing what Coach Crabtree had to say, the officials are going to re-huddle, and again, no signal has been given.
And cue the Jeopardy music.
Yeah, this can be frustrating to fans, but I think it is a good thing when the officials conference and everybody says to each other what they saw.
That's the biggest thing, coming together to make the right call and listening to getting all views instead of just...
Angles matter.
Yes, they do.
Everybody's got a different perspective.
And
6 officials out there. They might as well use all the eyes and ears they got. It's going to be a penalty on Valley. What did they signal there?
It looked like he did the Macarena.
He kind of did.
Almost like an eligible receiver, but it was a personal foul.
I'm not familiar with that call, and we're talking amongst yourselves here through hand signals in the press box. I don't think anybody else is either.
And it's going to say first down and forever, or what is?
The official looked like he put both hands behind his head.
Which usually, I'm trying to think what that is.
Well, it's a signal you don't see that often, but whatever the case, it is against Valley, and this is going to move the football back to the Minford 34-yard line, and it is first down and 16. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Here's Gabe McNeil with his first carry of the game, and he's got room down the far sideline. McNeil, the senior, will take it inside of the 5. Then a late flag is thrown. It's a touchdown if it stands. Boy, Gabe McNeil, the senior, who has had injury issues throughout his career, as we've talked about already, showed a nice speed burst there. But let's see if this is going to stand. If so,
I see Valley people marching back.
28-yard touchdown, but it looks like it's coming back. And now the officials will conference again. This, I'm sure, will draw the ire of the folks in purple tonight.
What's the first down marker? What do they need to get it to the first down?
The 12.
The 12. Okay, that's what I had.
This all started first and 10 at the 22.
Where's the ball spotted at now? The 33?
What did they call? No, they're actually going to snap this ball at the 17. It's first down and 4. I'm not sure. I never did see a signal there.
So
Here's McNeil again.
There was a holding call.
And McNeil is going to take the ball down inside of the 10-yard line to the 6. And there's another flag down right in the middle of the field. So the officials will talk again. So the last 3 plays have been penalized, both of which have been on Valley.
So where's that ball snapped at just now?
That ball was snapped from the 16-yard line.
Okay. So there was
an illegal chop block. Let's not even look in the rearview mirror, Matt. We're going forward too fast to look back. It is going to be a chop block on Minford on the defense.
That's a new one.
It sure is. So it's going to be first and goal at the 7 when the dust settles and the smoke clears. I can't tell you exactly with all these penalties how we got here, but here we are. So it will be first and goal for the Valley Indians, who are now in the quality heating and air red zone. We've got the clock rolling as we approach the 7-minute mark here in the second period. Valley leads 7-0. Well, man, there's been a lot of interesting things transpire here. Aside from some of the penalties that have led to a little bit of confusion with us trying to describe them, a couple great plays by some Valley Indians. I mean, Gabe McNeil, the touchdown that was called back. Anthony Aaron, the run, losing his helmet. Here's Anthony Aaron on first and goal, and he will take it in for a touchdown. No laundry is on the field here. Just 6 more points for the Tribe, and Valley has now stretched its lead to 13-0 with 6:39 left to play before halftime. There has been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Great blocking up front by that Valley Indian offensive line, and a super job by senior running back Anthony Aaron following his O-line into the house. On to try the extra point is Valley's Jalen Bender. The snap, the spot, and the kick are all perfect, and it is now 14-0 Valley. Timeout on the field. We're back in 60 seconds on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Trash piles up, but don't you fret. Coleman Sanitation's the best one yet. Weekly pickups, rain or shine, we'll keep your place looking mighty fine. Call Coleman, we're rolling through Shawnee County, South Shore too. We take care of it all for you.
Call Coleman Sanitation Services, 740-858-7570. At 3D Outfitters in Wheelersburg, you can get the gear to get the deer. The area's best gun shop is 3D Outfitters. 3D has handguns, shotguns, rifles, and ammo. Name brands such as Smith & Wesson, Ruger, Remington, Colt, Glock, and many more. The area's best gun shop is 3D Outfitters at 8508A Ohio River Road, Wheelersburg. Get the gear to get the deer at 3D Outfitters in Wheelersburg. Phone 574-HUNT and follow 3D Outfitters on Facebook.
Jalen Bender will kick off for Valley. The ball skips past Donahoe and into the end zone for a touchback. And thankfully for Minford, that ball did not glance off the arm or shoulder of Donahoe. Otherwise, it would have been live. But in high school, if the ball crosses the goal line, it is a touchback. That's end of play. A return man doesn't even have the option at the high school level to go back into the end zone, retrieve the ball, and return it from out of the end zone. So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Minford Falcons will begin this drive, trailing 14-0 with 6:39 left to play before halftime. Here, after this first down snap, we will check the scoring recap, which is a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery, Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, give Nancy and her staff a call at 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com. Ball on the right hash mark. Glenn looking over to the Minford sideline to make sure the play call is squared away. Glenn's going to set up a screen to Bradley. Bradley is hit in the backfield and dropped. What a super job by Nick Queen reading that play beautifully. Queen is a 6', 195-pound junior, and Bradley never had a chance on that one. Loss of 3 back to the 17-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 13. Great defensive play by Queen there.
Nick Queen doing a great job reading the screen and just finding the back, finding who's that back coming out of the backfield and just sticking to him. And that was the only option Glenn had, because he also had people barreling down on him.
Yep. Matt, let's check that scoring recap while we have a moment.
Yeah, that scoring drive by the Indians was a 5-play, 56-yard drive, 2 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. It was a touchdown run by Anthony Aaron from 7 yards out. Extra point was good. 14-0.
Glenn with a design quarterback run, and Gabe McNeil will bring him down in the backfield. Nice defensive play by Gabe McNeil, and again there to help is Nolan Barnett, who has been very active on the defensive side of the ball for the Valley Indians. This is a loss back to the 12-yard line, and it is going to be 3rd down and 18.
Loss of 5.
Really great play there by Gabe McNeil, and that run that McNeil had for the touchdown, which was called back on Valley's last drive, I was blown away at the speed burst there after he got around the left corner and found that stretch of opening up the far sideline.
Yeah, I mean, can you honestly say, like, how, if he stayed healthy, how many yards he would have had this career? He is explosive.
3rd and 18 for Minford. Glenn takes a snap, fires over the middle, incomplete. The intended receiver was Isaiah Robertson, and that'll make it 4th down and 18, and Minford will be punting from out of or very close to its own end zone. That incompletion halts the clock with 4:57 remaining before halftime. It is 14-0 Valley in this year's installment of the Lucasville-Minford Road rivalry. We were scoreless at the end of one. Valley with 2 touchdowns so far here in the second period. Minford still very much in this game, but this is a big possession upcoming. If Valley would go up by 3 scores, it would make the degree of difficulty that much more difficult for the Falcons. We've got a penalty marker down before the ball is snapped, and it's a false start on the Minford punt team.
My biggest thing was make sure to get this punt off.
Yeah, boy, this is going to make it tougher, too, because Mason Bradley, the punter, is now going to have to get a whole lot closer to that end line in the back of the end zone. And got to be thinking, for Valley, the opportunity at a safety here, a bad snap or a block could present a safety or a touchdown. Snap is on target, beautiful. And there was some pressure brought by McNeil, but Bradley does a nice job getting that boot away, and Conaway with another nice fair catch. He will field the ball at the 38-yard line, and that is where Valley will have a short field to work with as the offense returns to the field with the Tribe up 14-0. Valley has had an incredible season, entering this game 7-2 overall, 3-2 within conference play. The 2 losses were to Wheelersburg, 52-7 on September the 19th. And hey, this just in, Wheelersburg's kind of good, and it all came together for the Pirates that particular night. And then the other loss was on October the 3rd, and that was against West, and that was a night for the Senators. You were there firsthand to witness that one. All the stars lined up for West that night. Everything went their way.
I think they drank the special drink that Michael Jordan had at halftime of the All-Star of that Space Jam movie, because they came out on fire.
Conaway's going to heave the ball down the far sideline into double coverage, and it is intercepted inside of the 5-yard line. First turnover of the game, and Minford gets the ball back. That is a big play.
Colton Donahoe.
Donahoe got the game started with a 56-yard kickoff return, and he has an INT at his team's own 5-yard line, and the Minford offense will return to the field down 14-0 with 4:50 remaining before halftime.
Actually, Trenton Scaff.
With the pick.
That ball's going to be spotted where, the 3?
The 5.
5. Big play there, though.
It certainly was. It most certainly was. Trenton Scaff is a 6'2", 180-pound senior. You love to see these 12th graders making plays in the final game. You really do. And as we talked earlier, for the Minford Falcons, who are 2-7 entering this game, this is a pride game to try to send their seniors out the right way and get a big win at home over the rivals on senior night. This would certainly go a long, long way for building this Minford program in future years. Here is a run up the middle and a couple yards, and that'll be it. The first defender there for Valley, again, was Nolan Barnett, who continues to really anchor that defensive line. Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Was that Bradley or Glenn?
If you want to be honest, I didn't say because I didn't entirely know. I was watching that great play by Barnett.
Windows up here are not very friendly for us here.
Especially for you. I can't blame the windows, but yeah, you've got a little moisture in between those two panes in front of you, that's for sure.
Slight moisture.
Here's Glenn. The official's intervening here, and it was kind of awkward looking. The official was coming up to talk with Glenn, the back judge, and a whistle hadn't blown, and now they blow a whistle. What's up? This is weird.
Are they saying he needs a mouthpiece?
Mouthpiece, blood. I don't know what's going on. But for play to be stopped like that, that's kind of peculiar.
This has been a very peculiar quarter, has it not?
There's been some interesting penalties and sequences where I'm sure people on the field are in the know, but in the stands and in the press box, we're just kind of trying to figure it out through deductive reasoning. And, boy, I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. A late whistle, no flags.
I'm trying to zoom in with my...
Curtis Glenn's being sent over to the sideline. He's being taken out of the game. Why?
Like I said, it could be blood on the jersey or blood, or...
But, I mean, he's showing no sense of urgency whatsoever to fix whatever the issue is and get back in there.
So who's going to be a quarterback now?
So what is up? Huh. Okay, all right. We're being told by somebody in the press box that it could be a missing mouthpiece. Find him a mouthpiece.
Yeah, just everybody has a mouthpiece on the side.
I mean, that's your quarterback. It's kind of an important position. Get him a mouthpiece and get him in there. So we have a new quarterback in there, and we've got whistles sounding before the ball is snapped. And let's check and see what this is. So Curtis Glenn continues to stand on the sideline. I don't see a trainer around.
I don't even know what that flag was for.
I heard a young man that's doing, I believe, the school broadcast here on the other side of the press box say, I'm so confused. Big guy, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I'm confused. Don't feel bad. Here's a give up the middle. Nice hit. And the Valley defense is going to swarm the ball carrier and drive him back. That was Mason Bradley, and his forward progress is going to get him back to the original line of scrimmage where this drive started, but it's going to go for a loss of about 2 or 3, and it's going to be 3rd down, and we'll call it 10 for the Minford Falcons.
Well, I would say quarterback taking a snap for the first time this year, and you kind of know where the ball will go on that one. It's probably going to go to the running back, who at least has some reps.
Glenn's back out there now.
Found him a mouthpiece.
Yep. Now, sometimes usually trainers keep an extra mouthpiece, but mouthpieces, they're fitted to each individual's teeth. You usually warm them up in boiling water. You bite down on them like an impression if you've ever been to the dentist, so they're formatted to your teeth, but you can still put one in that hasn't been prepared in that manner. Here's an incomplete pass by Glenn. It's going to be 4th down and 10, and Minford, for the second time in the last couple minutes, is going to be punting out of its own end zone. There is a flag down on the field, another flag. Boy, it's been a flag fest tonight, hasn't it?
I mean,
Here in the second quarter, anyway.
Second quarter been flagged.
I just wonder if, wouldn't it be a great story, and this is just me embellishing an idea here, if one of the JV players spit out his mouthpiece and gave it to Kurt Glenn. And Kurt Glenn's the type of guy, man's man. He'd do it too.
That's what I'm saying. He don't care if it has teeth marks in it.
Yeah.
He's gonna make his own
somebody
teeth
else's
marks.
saliva, whatever.
I don't know what that flag was for. I think they threw it away.
Yeah, maybe they just dropped it.
I think it's just jumping out of their pockets at this point.
Yeah, it's 4th down and 10. They're going to punt it. Mason Bradley shanks this one, gets a lot of air underneath of it. Going to need a bounce, and he's actually going to get one. It hits around the 31-yard line, and this is going to roll out to about the 38-yard line.
The same spot. It started a minute ago.
Curtis Glenn playing a little soccer out there, trying to give it a little kick, to add to it. I like watching him play. He's entertaining. He is entertaining.
He is that guy.
Well, he was the 6th man on that really good Minford basketball team that made it all the way to the Final Four last year, and I would presume his role would be much steeper on this upcoming season's Minford boys basketball team.
Under new head coach.
Yep. So 1st and 10 for the Valley Indians, who are up 14-0. I formation. Quarterback under center. It's Hunter Cunningham who's in for the first time. Quick pitch goes left side to Anthony Aaron, hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Great defense by the Minford Falcons on that play. There were several Falcons who got to the ball carrier in a hurry, and I believe Tanner Smith was the one leading the charge. Or no, check that. That's Noah Wittig. And Noah actually drops to a knee in some discomfort, but he's back up now, and he's trying to walk off whatever is ailing him.
Man, I tell you what, he flew out there on that pitch.
Yeah, he did.
That's a loss of 4.
To bring Anthony Aaron down for a loss of 4 and get past all these very nice Valley linemen to do that, that was a really good play there by Wittig. 2 receivers to the left and a wing that way. Play action. Cunningham rolls to his right, looking to throw. Lofts it for Gabe McNeil. Caught inside the 30-yard line, and McNeil was spun down around the 26-yard line by Curtis Glenn, but not before a first down reception for the Valley Indians senior. This occurs with 2:03 left to play in the first half. It is 14-0 Valley. Tried looking for more. Clock is stopped momentarily while the chains are moved, and now the officials will get the clock rolling again. Time certainly not too much of an issue here, as Valley has a full allotment of timeouts, but they might need to hustle up a little bit faster than what they're moving right now.
And they're in field goal range, too.
And they have an excellent field goal kicker, Jalen Bender, 2 for 2 on extra points. His kickoffs have looked very good tonight. We saw him boot a game-winning field goal last year against Northwest. Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Cunningham takes the snap out of the gun, swings it to McNeil left side. He catches it in the backfield, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage as Kurt Glenn comes up and makes another nice defensive play for his Falcons, dropping McNeil back at the 30-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 14. Really good open field tackle. Clock continues to run, 1:15 to go. Coach Crabtree out on the field relaying the play call to Hunter Cunningham. He is a junior, just like Braxton Conaway in this 2-quarterback system for Valley. 2 receivers to the right. 1 receiver split out wide to the left. Anthony Aaron in the backfield beside of Cunningham, and Aaron's going to take the handoff. He's got some room left side. Bobbing and weaving his way down the far sideline. He's got the first down and then some, and then steps out of bounds to stop the clock. Well, I said he had the first down. Let's check that. Might have spoken too quickly there. Yes, he does have it. They're going to spot the ball at the 15-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 15, and with that, the Tribe moves into the Quality Heating and Air Red Zone. Quality Heating and Air can be found on Route 52 in Sugar Grove, where they proudly offer Ream products. 50 seconds left to play before halftime. 14-0 Valley. The Indians still with all 3 timeouts remaining. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Anthony Aaron lined up to the right of the quarterback Cunningham, who's in the shotgun, and Aaron again takes the snap up the middle, bounces it out to the left, inside the 10, stiff arm to the 5, and he's going to be driven out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Valley Indians, and it looks like did he get out of bounds? They call a timeout.
Yep.
Valley does take its first of 3 timeouts, and this one occurs with 43.6 seconds left before the break. Let's take a 60-second TO ourselves. This is high school football on the breeze.
Have you been to the 139 just off the new highway in Clarktown? Come after the game and enjoy some pizza, wings, or I guess if you want to be healthy, we have free ice water. People love free stuff, but people also love our pizza and our wings. Come to the 139, enjoy some great pizza and wings, and grab some free ice water.
Finding that missing shin guard. remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
Visit Pal Insurance in New Boston, 3542 Gallia Street. Phone 740-456-6532.
It is 14-0 Valley. And the Indians have the ball first and goal at the 4-yard line.
That ambulance is a little distracting.
Isn't it though? I formation, and here's a give to the fullback up the middle, and a short gain. Yes, Matt, there's an ambulance in the end zone. For those of you watching on AppalachianMarketingMedia.com, you saw that, but for those of you listening on the radio only, there was an ambulance that turned on its beacon lights right as that play was going on, and it was right in the backdrop of the Valley offense, but everybody maintained their composure and went on with the play. Obviously, that ambulance is leaving for a reason, and that's never a good thing. Thoughts and prayers to whomever the paramedics are going to tend to. Gain of 1 on that last play. That's going to make it 2nd down and goal from the 3. Valley just burned its 2nd time out. We'll keep things here, though, with 35 seconds left to play in this first half. And let us remind you to stick around at halftime for the My Own Bible App halftime report presented by Calvary Baptist Church. Thank you so much for tuning in. Boy, the field here at Minford High School, this is a natural grass surface. It looks absolutely phenomenal for week number 10. I mean, there aren't any bare spots in the middle of the field. This is great.
Yeah, I mean, we saw East, last week?
Last week, it looked very good, yeah.
I mean, we really haven't had much rain, but
no.
just enough, and we've had a lot of good weather.
But props to the groundskeepers here at Minford for making this field look so good. We've got a late entry onto the field for the Valley offense. That's Jed Hall, and he's going to line up as a slot receiver to the right side of the formation beside of Isaiah Clark. Here is a run up the middle, and did he get there? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Valley. And that was a designed run by the quarterback, and that was Braxton Conaway, who just re-entered at QB in place of Hunter Cunningham. And a quarterback run off the right edge. Conaway is able to get there for his 2nd touchdown of the evening. That makes it a 3-score game. It is now 20-0 Tribe with 31.2 ticks of the clock remaining in the first half, and Jalen Bender is on to try the PAT out of the hold of C.J. Maynard. The snap is on target. Maynard gets the spot down, and booting it through is Jalen Bender. 21-0 Valley. We're back in 60 seconds on the Breeze.
At People's Bank, our team of local, trust, and wealth management professionals can help you achieve your financial goals. We offer comprehensive services including investment management, retirement planning, estate planning, trust administration, and more. Our customized strategies are designed to grow and preserve your wealth while minimizing risk. Let People's Bank put our decades of expertise to work for you. Call me, Elise Dye, or one of our other trust and wealth management professionals today to schedule your free consultation. People's Bank, working together, building success.
High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner family of dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision, the McKinley Funeral Home, as well as Collier Companies.
Jalen Bender will boot the ball away for Valley. It is picked up off the bounce by Minford's Maddox Porter. He fumbled it around a little bit, but is eventually able to pick the ball up. And check that. I said it was Porter who wears number 1. It was actually number 7, Colt Donahoe. And Donahoe winds up with a pretty decent return after he finally got a hold of the ball as he takes it out beyond the 20 to the 23-yard line. So that's where this Minford Falcon drive will begin. Only 26 seconds left in the first half, though. There has been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. It is now 21-0. The Valley Indians lead. After this snap, we will get ready to take a look at the scoring recap. Let's see what Minford tries to do here in the final 26 seconds. Bunch receivers to the right Two receivers wide to the left. Kurt Glenn takes the snap. He's looking left. Now he is under pressure, and he will be dropped back at the 17-yard line. Gabe McNeil with the sack. And, boy, those two have gotten together several times here in this second quarter. Regardless of what side of the ball they're playing, we saw Kurt Glenn make a nice defensive stop when Gabe McNeil was running the ball during the last Valley offensive possession. And here we see McNeil return the favor. Loss of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 14. And we've got a timeout taken by Minford. We'll take a 30-second timeout ourselves. It occurs with 13.6 seconds left to play before halftime. This is high school football on the Breeze.
Carly and all the gang at Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal wish the best to our local athletes. In business since 1975, Conley Trucking will do both commercial and residential work, hauling everything from gravel to grain. The next time you need fill dirt or limestone, contact Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal. Phone 740-776-7634. For a quote, email conleytrucking@frontier.com. And again, Josie and Carly wish all area athletes the best of luck.
The Valley Indians have a 21-0 lead at Minford with 13.6 seconds left. Let's check Valley's most recent scoring recap, Matt. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, give Nancy a call at 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
Chuck, that scoring drive, 7 plays, 38 yards, 3 minutes, 7 seconds count the clock. And it was a touchdown run by Braxton Conaway from 3 yards out. Jalen Bender supplying the extra point, 21-0 Valley, but very few seconds left.
Very few, 13.6 to be exact. Glenn's going to throw where he wants to. He eludes one tackler. Now Glenn's got some room along the near sideline. Glenn cuts back at the 30. Nice move by Glenn to the 40. Still on his feet, spins away. This is going to be the final play of the half, and Glenn is going to be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's going to pad the rushing stats for Curtis Glenn, who entered the game as Minford's leading rusher, but it will be the final play of the first half. It was, however, very exciting as Glenn takes the ball from the 13, was it? Or the 18, the 13,
18.
the 18,
Yep.
all the way out to the 48. That's a 30-yard pickup from Minford to bring the first half to an end. But after a scoreless first quarter, Valley took over in the second period, and the 7-2 playoff-bound Valley Indians have a 21-0 lead at Minford in the 2025 edition of the Lucasville-Minford Road Rivalry. We are at halftime. Stick around. The My Own Bible app halftime report presented by Calvary Baptist Church is coming your way after we take this 4-minute timeout on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Considering a paver patio? Then check out the new Americana Collection pavers available at Portsmouth Block. Made with Duraden's technology, this collection of premium pavers offer a variety of smooth and textured sizes, styles, and colors unlike anything on the market. They're dramatic, durable, color-rich. You can find the Americana Collection at Portsmouth Block, located at 2700 Gallia Street, Portsmouth. Americana pavers. See the difference. Feel the difference. Designed to be different. At Clark's Pump and Shop, you'll find fantastic food, hot coffee, cold beverages, and drive-through convenience. Pay at the pump, always clean and courteous.
Thank you.
Download the Clark's app to get signed up for the Clark's Loyalty Rewards Program. Earn points with every purchase to redeem cents off gas or free products within the store. Visit the Clark's Pump and Shop nearest you, with locations in Scioto, Pike, Lawrence, Jackson, Greenup, Lewis, and Boyd counties. Look for Clark's Marathon and Arco stations. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
When you're looking for the answer,
Hey, where are we going to eat lunch today?
there's no question that Penn Station East Coast Subs is what you're looking for when you want fresh. They wrote the recipe for taste, quality, generous portions, and there's absolutely nothing quite like the Philly cheesesteak, the club, the Reuben chicken teriyaki, or the Italian. Penn Station invites you in for lunch, dinner, or anytime after the game or movie. It's all about good taste with great service and friendly smiles. When you need a quality and healthy taste fix, it's Penn Station East Coast Subs. They're your first stop on the left under the viaduct. Where at Penn Station, it's all about good taste. The McKinley Funeral Home has built a reputation for service over the years. Folks in this area know that the McKinley Funeral Home is a proud member of the Lucasville community. In your hour of need, you'll find them compassionate and caring, serving families in our area since 1937. That's the McKinley Funeral Home. Call them in your hour of need. The McKinley Funeral Home, Lucasville, since 1937.
Harris Floor Covering, located at 610 9th Street, Portsmouth, is the area's leading floor covering contractor. Harris Floor Covering has everything for your home or business, including resilient tile, sheet flooring, quarry tile, ceramic tile, outdoor floors, industrial floors, carpet, acoustic ceiling, underlayment, and more. Call Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 or 740-352-9212. Harris Floor Covering, proud supporters of the youth of the area.
Tonight's game on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze is presented in part by these following sponsors: Flowers Monument, Coleman Sanitation Services, 3D Outfitters Gun Shop, 139 Pizza and Dairy Bar, and the PAL Independent Insurance Agency. Be listening to high school sports all season long on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze and by using the Local Happenings app.
The Carpenters Local Union 437 is actively seeking apprentices and journeyman carpenters. Your pay is based on your experience, but you'll start out earning a good living wage with health care and pension. The Carpenters Union takes an earn-as-you-learn approach to their apprenticeship, ensuring you earn a good living wage with benefits for your family right from the start. And every apprentice will graduate with an associate degree. To learn more about joining your local Carpenters Union, contact Trampus Puckett at Carpenters Local 437. Phone 740-354-7518. Halls, Napa, and Wheatersburg wishes the best to all local teams and proudly commends the hard work put forth by our local high school athletes. Halls Napa is Scioto County's oldest running, family-owned Napa Auto Parts store, and the folks at Halls appreciate all of their loyal customers. Halls Napa carries auto parts and fluids, Milwaukee power tools, wipers, batteries, jump boxes, and more. Visit Halls Napa Auto Parts at 11774 Gallia Pike Road in Wheatersburg, and be sure to check out Halls Napa on Facebook.
At halftime, the Valley Indians have a 21-0 lead at Minford. Welcome to the My Own Bible Halftime Show, brought to you by the Calvary Baptist Church at 2306 Waller Street in Portsmouth. While making great efforts to reach the world with the gospel, Calvary Baptist Church and My Own Bible seek to support all the athletes and families of Southern Ohio. You are invited to be our guest at Calvary Baptist Church this Sunday. My Own Bible exists to bring the Word of God to the world. With the Bible in over 30 languages, this mission is being accomplished. If you are looking for a Bible app, a daily devotional, or a Bible reading plan, My Own Bible can help. On the My Own Bible platform, you can search and share Scripture with just a touch of your screen. Download My Own Bible today for your computer, Apple, or Android device and discover the many Bible helps available to you. From devotional and Bible reading plans to commentaries and Bible helps resources, My Own Bible is a powerful tool for the gospel of Jesus Christ. For more information about Calvary Baptist Church or My Own Bible, visit becauseofcalvary.com. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton. We are at Minford High School, where the Tribe leads the Falcons 21-0. Matt, let's go ahead and dive into the first half stats.
All right, Chuck, first we'll start with the visitors because we're nice and we like to help with visitors.
Got to be good guests.
So the visiting Valley Indians. The Indians finished the first half, we'll go team and individual, finished the first half 11 first downs, 2 passing, 9 rushing. They are 2 of 3 on third down, haven't had to go for it on fourth down yet. They have 177 total yards of offense with 28 yards through the air and 149 yards on the ground. They have 4 penalties for 32 yards, and their time possession is 10 minutes and 5 seconds. Individual stats for the Indians. Braxton Conway, 1 for 3 passing for 16 yards. Hunter Cunningham, 2 for 2 passing for 12 yards. The receiving targets, Gabe McNeil, 2 catches for 12, and Lex Logan, 1 for 16. Rushing the ball for the Indians, we have Braxton Conway, 6 carries, 48 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Gabe McNeil, 3 carries for 38 yards, and Anthony Aaron, 10 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. Now let's take a look at the team and individual stats for the home team, the Minford Falcons. Falcons finished with 3 first downs in the first half, 1 passing and 2 rushing. They are 1 of 6 on third down conversions, and they're 0 for 1 on fourth down. They have 37 total yards of offense with 11 yards passing and 26 yards rushing. They have 2 penalties for 10 yards, and their time possession was 13 minutes and 43 seconds. Individual stats, Curtis Glenn, 2 of 6 passing for 11 yards. His receiving target has been Mason Bradley, 2 catches for 11. Rushing the ball for the Falcons, Mason Bradley has 3 carries for 1 yard, and Curtis Glenn has 14 carries for 25 yards. Chuck, let's talk about an important stat, the turnovers.
The turnover report is a service of the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency at 1031 Gallia Street in Portsmouth. Isn't it time you turned your insurance needs over to Barrett Murphy? Give Dan Cassidy a call at 740-353-3121.
Only one turnover to talk about. It was an interception. Interception was made by Trenton Scaff. Scaff.
There you go.
I was getting there. Third time's the charm.
That's right.
Third time's the charm.
Mm-hmm.
And he picked off Braxton Conaway on that third drive of the second quarter. He picked it off at the 5-yard line for no return, but that's been the only turnover, Chuck.
That is our Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency turnover report. Thank you for all those first half stats, Matt. 21-0 is where we stand. The Valley Indians lead at Minford. Stay with us as the My Own Bible app halftime show continues along, presented by Calvary Baptist Church. We're back in 4 minutes on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Southern Ohio Medical Center Urology Associates, the perfect choice for you? It starts with the expert care of board-certified urologist Dr. Stephen Willems, followed by a variety of procedures offered right in the office, which means no hospital stay and a quicker recovery. Along with general urology care, SOMC Urology Associates also offers the latest in advanced treatments for enlarged prostate, including UroLift and Aquablation. Board-certified expertise and the latest procedures in prostate care. SOMC Urology Associates is the perfect choice. Call us at 740-356-4URO today.
Don't spend thousands of dollars on marketing that doesn't work. Appalachian Marketing Media can grow your business with targeted marketing strategies, tactics, and resources that actually do work, so you can get more clients and have peace of mind. Appalachian Marketing Media offers do-it-yourself packages where clients get a step-by-step social media plan with a one-time fee starting at $150, which includes customized social media graphics. And Appalachian Marketing Media offers social media management starting at $5.15 per month. Contact Appalachian Marketing Media on Facebook and learn more on their website. High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Reuter Plumbing, the Counseling Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, First State Bank, the Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware, Appalachian Marketing Media, and Dyer Insurance.
Gamp's Power Equipment, Route 140 in Slocum is your hometown team for the most feared lineup when it comes to mowing down the competition. Names like John Deere, Toro, Honda, Steel, and Western. You're guaranteed a winning record every time you take the field in pursuit of that perfect cut. Gamp's opens the doors Monday through Saturday at 7:30 and features pickup and delivery as they always service what they sell. To find out more, go to Gamps.com and discover what true customer service is all about at Gamp's Power Equipment, soon celebrating 100 years as a Hall of Fame family.
If you're looking for a sharp used vehicle, give Coles a call. Coles Auto Sales in West Portsmouth offers a great selection of vehicles that are easy on gas, easy on the eyes, and easy on the wallet. So give Coles a call. Coles offers financing. Bad credit, no problem. All you need is proof of income and a down payment. You can apply for pre-approval by visiting Coles Auto Sales on Facebook. Give Coles a call at 740-357-6009 and visit their new and larger location at 16127 US 52 in West Portsmouth.
Your tire store shouldn't remind you of a three-ring circus, so head to a dealer who's serious about quality. Michelin offers the most fuel-efficient line of tires on the road and provides exceptional, long-lasting performance. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Forget the circus. See the tire experts.
See Bob and Floyd's Tire Sales at the corner of routes 23 South at 52 West on Chillicothe Street, Portsmouth.
Category testing based on SAE J1269 rolling resistance industry practice.
Visit your local groceries, the Minford IGA and Westside IGA, as well as Westside Hardware. At the Minford and Westside IGAs, you'll find full-service delis with fresh-cut Angus beef and daily lunch specials. The Westside IGA offers up an incredible 18-inch pizza special, which provides a 2-topping 18-inch pizza, a bag of chips, and a 2-liter, all for just $19.99. Right beside the Westside IGA is Westside Hardware. They've got all kinds of tools and fasteners, as well as an extensive amount of items pertaining to automotive, carpentry, plumbing, and heating and air. The Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware open 7 days a week.
Hello, this is Megan Martin, Banking Center Manager at First State Bank. At First State Bank, we believe that when we build up our customers, our communities, and each other, we can make a lifelong difference. When you bank with us, you're supporting the local coffee shop down the street, a young couple's first home, and the community you live in. Stop in at our Portsmouth Banking Center or visit our website at fsb4me.com. That's FSB4me.com. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
At halftime, the Valley Indians lead at Minford 21-0. I'm Chuck Greenslate along with Matt Payton, and this is the My Own Bible halftime show presented by Calvary Baptist Church at 2306 Waller Street in Portsmouth. Let's check some scores from elsewhere around the area. The Wheelersburg Pirates looking to finish the regular season unbeaten at 10-0 and win the Southern Ohio Conference Division II title outright. Has a 21-12 lead over the West Senators. West keeping that respectable for the time being. The Portsmouth Trojans trail at Ironton 34-0. PHS knocking on the door, though. They had the ball inside of the 10-yard line with less than a minute to play in the first half. Notre Dame is up at East 13-0. Some other scores to share. Colgrove has an 18-7 lead over Rock Hill. Fairland is up on Chesapeake 8-6. The Gallia Academy leads South Point 21-7. Piketon is up on Huntington Ross 15-8, and Jackson has a 14-0 lead over Chillicothe. Matt, let's talk a little bit about the playoff hopes for the Scioto County teams. Now, as far as the Minford Falcons are concerned, this will be a wrap for the Minford football season as the Falcons enter this game 2-7. They have been mathematically eliminated, but they have played very, very well at times tonight, especially in the first quarter when it was scoreless after one. Curtis Glenn has made some nice plays. Minford just trying to do some good things to build some momentum into the offseason and lead to some optimism for next year. The Wheelersburg Pirates a win tonight, and they're going to clinch a top 4 spot and get a first-round bye. Again, the top 12 out of each region will qualify for the playoffs. The top 4 get a first-round bye. Division 5 Region 19 is where Wheelersburg is currently ranked number 1. The Valley Indians, whom we're seeing here tonight, enter tonight ranked 8th. A win, and Valley is certainly in. In all probability, a win might give Valley a home playoff game in Lucasville next week. They're right on the cusp of hosting a first-round game. Even if Minford would come back and pull off a miraculous come-from-behind win here tonight, Valley still will probably get in with enough computer points. The Portsmouth Trojans, if they win at Ironton, they're in. That's not looking too hopeful at the moment as the Trojans trail 34-0 with 20 seconds left to play before halftime. But Coach Bruce Cobb's PHS Trojans are probably in regardless. Now, the team that's really on the bubble, the Northwest Mohawks, they enter tonight 15th. They are mathematically alive. They are playing Oak Hill. We don't have a score on that game, but if Northwest takes care of its business and defeats the Oaks tonight, you're going to have a Northwest football team that is going to finish with, 7-8 wins, I believe? So they are right there on the verge of getting in. And then we've heard rumors, like I'm sure everybody has, regarding the Ironton Fighting Tigers football program. Many are saying that they have been told that they have been banned from the playoffs this coming season, but that is not official. The OHSAA has not released anything. WSAZ News reported earlier in the evening, around 5 o'clock, that the Ohio High School Athletic Association said a statement would be released in the morning, so we'll see where that goes. I only mention that because if Ironton would not be eligible to play in the playoffs, that could open up a slot for the Northwest Mohawks potentially. They could really benefit by that,
yeah,
because we're talking Division 5 Region 19 schools here, and that's where all these schools lie. So we'll see how that goes. Notre Dame is clinched. The Titans are Division 7 Region 28. Notre Dame is a 6 seed right now going into tonight, and the Titans lead in Sciotoville over the East High Tartans. Is there any way you think Notre Dame could possibly catapult into the top 4 with a victory over the Tartans? No, not going to happen.
Everything I've looked at, they're going to be highest they could be is possibly 5, but I think they're going to be in around 5 or 6 seed and hosting a game.
Yeah.
I think Manchester is maybe, but it may look like it's going to be Fort Recovery or Minster, and either one of those teams, they play in a very, 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 very good conference, very local, and the other one, so either way, it's going to be a really tough game, but they should have a home game.
Yep, should be playing at Spartan Municipal Stadium next Friday. Notre Dame should. And the West Senators, if they would win over Wheelersburg, they're definitely in. West is in Division 6 Region 24. Last score I saw was Wheelersburg up 21-12. But West is probably even in with a loss, but being a number 9 seed, it looks like the Senators are going to be on the road this coming Friday if they are fortunate enough to get in. We did have one football game played yesterday as Eastern Pike defeated Green 56-0. The Eagles are certainly playoff bound in Division 7, and for the 4th straight year, they are Southern Ohio Conference Division 1 champions. What a nice program that has developed into in a very short period of time. Portsmouth just got on the board at Ironton. The Trojans have scored, I do believe, haven't they?
Well, yeah.
Did they?
They
did.
At first they held it, but then I was like, no, they're going to he looked like he dove in. Great run to set it up to get down there. And then Posey's, it looks like he's in. Yeah. Touchdown.
That was a touchdown by Portsmouth just moments ago at Ironton. On another high school sports note, the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates soccer team, their great season came to an end yesterday as they fell to Greenfield McLean 2-1 in a Division IV district championship game. Congrats to them. College football tomorrow. Ohio State is off, but all the other regional colleges for the most part will be in action. Kentucky will host number 17 Tennessee. 21st ranked Cincinnati will entertain Baylor. I'm going to that one. I'm excited for my first visit to Nippert Stadium. Stoked about that.
It's a heck of an atmosphere, I've been told.
OU Bobcats will play at Eastern Michigan tomorrow, and Miami of Ohio will host Western Michigan. There are 3 games tomorrow pitting top 25 teams against one another, all out of Matt Payton's favorite conference, the Southeastern Conference. That would be number 8 Ole Miss at number 13 Oklahoma, number 15 Missouri at 10th ranked Vanderbilt, and number 3 Texas A&M at 20th ranked LSU.
I'm surprised Kentucky's not ranked in the top 15. They play in that conference. It don't matter how many losses you get.
Well, hey, UK gave the Texas Longhorns just as good a game as Ohio State gave the Texas Longhorns back in week number 1. Just saying.
Sure.
Did everything but win.
It's tough at Kroger Field.
It is tough at Kroger Field.
It really is.
Every year they come up with that one great defensive effort. Last year it was against Georgia. This year it was against Texas. We'll see how they do against number 17 Tennessee tomorrow. Probably not well, but every year they come up with one really good defensive effort, and that was last week. So we'll see if they can produce a few more. NFL last night, the Chargers beat the Vikings 37-10. On Sunday, the Bengals will host the Jets, and the Browns will visit New England. Both of those games will kick off at 1 o'clock. And, this is kind of a sidebar story now, unbelievably, but the World Series started 20 minutes ago.
What?
Game 1, Blue Jays hosting the L.A. Dodgers. I like baseball, I do, but if the Reds aren't in it, neither is my heart or interest.
I'm not excited to see the Blue Jays in it. Not the Dodgers. I'm tired.
Over that, huh?
Yeah, money.
NBA tonight, Cavs at Nets. That tipped off at 7:30. Cleveland opened up its season a couple nights ago, falling in their first game at the New York Knicks. They'll try to get their first win tonight. Donovan Mitchell's a fun watch.
I tell you what, they're going to be really, really good when Darius Garland gets. If they can stay healthy and Darius Garland gets back, they're going to be really good. Adding Lonzo Ball is a perfect add to what they have already. I think they're going to have a really good year again this year.
And the NASCAR Cup Series races at Martinsville on Sunday, 2 o'clock. The green flag will fly there. The paperclip as NASCAR is deep into its playoffs.
Turn left, Chuck.
Turn left, baby. Turn left. You have been listening to the My Own Bible halftime show presented by Calvary Baptist Church. We're live at Minford High School where the Valley Indians have a 21-0 lead over the Minford Falcons. We'll take a 3-minute timeout and be back to get the second half underway. This is high school football on the Breeze.
Hi, I'm Jay Hash with Hope Source. Hope Source helps individuals and families live complete, meaningful, and happy lives. We offer a full array of high-quality mental health and addiction treatment services to meet the individual needs of every person we serve. In every interaction, we provide the care we would expect for our closest friends or loved ones. No matter your situation, there is hope. For information, check out our website at hopesourcetreatment.com. Find us on Facebook or call 740-353-HOPE.
High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner family of dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision, the McKinley Funeral Home, as well as Collier Companies.
A remodel can be exciting like a walk down the red carpet, or it can be exciting like a stroll over hot coals. If you're going to do a remodel, do it right. Consult with a Waypoint Living Spaces dealer designer. They will work with you to determine your style and deliver exactly what you had in mind. On time, on budget, easy.
Tri-State Kitchens at 8516 Ohio River Road, Wheelersburg is your local Waypoint dealer. Phone 740-574-2802. Since 1964, Little Septic Service in Wheelersburg has been dedicated to providing dependable septic service. Little serves Pike, Scioto, and all surrounding counties. Besides installing septic systems and cleaning out septic tanks, Little's does septic system renewal permit inspections. So when you receive a letter from your local health department telling you it's renewal time, just call Little's Septic Service at 740-574-2033. From little problems to major issues, you can depend on Little Septic Service.
SOMC is proud to introduce the redesigned practice of the SOMC Orthopedic Associates. The improvements integrate orthopedic surgery, physical medicine and rehabilitation, and podiatry into a single comprehensive office. These key specialties work together to deliver coordinated, patient-centered care. By streamlining services, SOMC aims to enhance communication among providers. Comprehensive care for a body in motion. Call 740-356-1709 to schedule an appointment.
Down on Route 52, just west of town, there's a little place where the word gets around. Quality heating there's got your back. For sales and service, they're right on track. I see out in Portsmouth, they're the name to trust. When the air goes down, they'll lift you up.
Call Quality Heating and Air at 740-858-4363.
At Minford High School, where the Valley Indians lead the Falcons 21-0, we are just about set to begin the second half of play. Our second half kickoff, just as the opening kick, is presented by Harris Floor Covering, located at 610 9th Street in Portsmouth, as well as Harris Outdoors at 616 9th Street in Portsmouth. Harris Floor Covering is the area's leading floor covering contractor that has everything for all of your floor covering needs. Call Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 and visit Harris Outdoors for firearms and hunting equipment. A big thank you goes to our friends at Penn Station East Coast Subs on the north end of Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Penn Station fuels the WZZZ and WNXT sports crews every weekend by offering us lunch. Visit Penn Station, where they are all about the freshness. When Mark Williams and I walk in, we don't even have to tell them what we want. They just know. They just know.
I can name his order off the top of my head.
Mark's going to go chicken parm all day, every day.
No oregano.
Yep. And you know I'm all about a Dagwood wrap. Drag it through the garden. If it was once mooing or oinking or clucking, put it on there. I want all the meats, basically everything but onion, and I'm good to go. And now that you know about myself and Mark Williams' dietary likings at Penn Station, we invite you to go check them out as well. Good stuff. And the fantastic fresh cut fries. Don't forget about that.
Touchdown Trojans.
Oh, Portsmouth scored 2 touchdowns in the final 35 seconds of the half?
Yeah, they fumbled the kickoff.
Oh, my goodness. Well, speaking of kickoffs, here comes the kickoff here to start the second half.
Look at that.
It is a squibber by Minford, picked up by the Valley Indians, Connor Wilson, who breaks toward the far sideline and has a nice little return. He gets out across the 40-yard line, across the 45, I do believe. Did he get to the 45? Not quite. Looks like they're going to spot him at the 43. But a nice run there by Wilson after fielding the squib kick. So pretty good starting field position for the Valley Indians, who are up by 3 touchdowns, with the offense taking to the field for the first time in the second half. 21-0. You like that segue, huh?
Hey, we have great segues sometimes. And not the little scooter things, although those are kind of nifty too.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet.
I've never ridden one, have you?
Yes, I have.
Look at you.
Yes. As a matter of fact, Phil Wright out of Quality Heating and Air, his father had some of those down on 2nd Street for tours of the murals and stuff a few years back, and he turned me loose on one. I didn't put it in the river, so I would call that a win.
You didn't come away with any broken bones either?
Nope. I actually kept it upright. It was a little uneasy at first. It's different, but I eventually figured it out. Here's run off left tackle. No gain on the play. Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10.
The Minford run defense really haven't been that bad.
Yeah, a couple really great runs by Braxton Conaway, Anthony Aaron, and Gabe McNeil. I mean, if you could take away 5 plays from the Valley offense tonight, it might not be a 21-0 game. It still might be goose eggs on the scoreboard.
Goose eggs are 7-0.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's just a couple big plays.
But every play does count, and Valley has done a good job building this lead. Here's a pitch to Anthony Aaron, and he is hit in the backfield and then lost his footing. But that was a great play by the Minford Falcon linebacker. I can't make out the number yet, but I'm going to say
it's either Sparks or McLaughlin.
Bryce McLaughlin, number 23. Tell you what, those red numerals trimmed in white on that dark gray doesn't pop to me anyway. Meaning I can't see them. They look really good. Of course, as I was telling you during a commercial break, I might be well overdue for a trip to the optometrist and some new glasses.
Totally understandable.
Yeah. These eyes are almost 50. Here's a pass. A little too tall for the intended receiver. That was Isaiah Clark. Got his hands on it, but he couldn't bring it in. Not a bad ball thrown by Braxton Conaway, but it's incomplete. And a really good defensive stand by the Falcons here to begin the second half, forcing Valley into a 3-and-out. 4th down and 13. And the punting unit will trot on for Valley. We haven't seen a whole lot of the Valley
They've only
punting
had one
team.
punt. I mean, it was a 53-yard punt last time.
That was on the opening drive
Yeah.
of the game for Valley when they were forced into a 3-and-out. Here's Jalen Bender. He lays into one, angling this one toward the far sideline, not allowing Kurt Glenn to have a shot at a return. Really nice kick. Not only good distance, but just directionally. That was a great job by Jalen Bender.
So that's going to be out of the 37.
And with 10:36 remaining in the third quarter, we will see the Minford Falcon offense.
Or is it the 27?
For the first time tonight. 27.
27. I was going to say that's.
You need to go to the optometrist with me, it sounds like.
Well, I'm looking through this, so I'm trying.
And this would be a window that has a lot of moisture in between the two panes, and it's almost white.
Yeah.
It'd be a good stained glass window at a local church, wouldn't it?
It definitely would.
Notice I put you behind the window while I've got open air over here.
You always either put me in the corner, you just.
Yeah. Here's a give to Mason Bradley, looking for some room off right tackle. And Bradley's got a little action, and boy, he just about got him a big piece of Coach Nolan grabbed to the Valley Indians over on that far sideline, as Nolan had to go straight up away over there to sidestep Bradley, who was shoved out of bounds. That's a pretty good game. Let's see where they spot him.
I think I was 5-30.
Wasn't quite as good as what I thought it was, actually.
No, he ran a good ways. You may have to give Nolan a little bit of a hard time tomorrow. I haven't seen him move that fast in a long time.
Gain of 3.
Getting out of the way.
2nd down and 7. Tell you what, Nolan was a player in his day.
He was.
He was a good player.
Like I said, I haven't seen him move that fast since he probably was a player.
I think he was in the midst of one of Darren Crabtree's runs where they went something like 4, 5, 6 years and didn't lose a game, regular season game. Here's it's Glenn. It's Glenn. He kept it on the RPO on the run option.
Well, might have been one he probably should have kept.
Yep.
He lost about 2 yards on that play.
Sure did. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9 with the ball resting at the 28. And a big down coming up for the Falcons.
Didn't get tackled. He got tackled by the turf monster that time.
Yeah, on these cool nights, a little bit of moisture starts to come up through the ground and set in, and typically grass fields get a little bit slicker as the evening goes, especially at this time of year. 2 receivers to the left, Glenn out of the gun. He's looking to his left all the way, and he's firing one out there. Incomplete. Carter Frazee went up with one hand, and he tried to high point the ball. He got that paw on the pigskin, but couldn't make the reception. On the coverage for Valley was Connor Wilson. He was there. Conaway was there. And also over in the general area was Gideon Toller. It's incomplete, and it's 4th down and 9. Pretty good ball thrown by Curtis Glenn, and a really nice effort by his receiver. But unfortunately, they cannot connect. Punting unit coming back out on the field. So each team has had a possession here in the third quarter. We've got a Minford Falcon down along the Falcon sideline. 21-0 is our score. Minford folks going out there to check on the player. And now both teams heading to their respective sidelines. While we have a moment, let us remind you that we will be here after the game for the Minford Telephone Company post-game show. We'll give away all of our awards at that time.
First time we've done one out here at Minford.
Yeah. This is my first trip to Minford this season. You?
Yeah, I've been with you except for one game.
Don't forget to tune in to the Saturday Morning Sports Line tomorrow morning and every Saturday on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM beginning at 9 o'clock. Since 1979, the Saturday Morning Sports Line has provided our area's coaches a platform to talk about their teams and players. Tomorrow will be a mixed bag of emotion for some Scioto County coaches. They will be doing a wrap-up, saying goodbye to the seniors and thank you to everyone who helps them out with the program. And for some lucky others, they will be talking about the playoffs.
Yeah.
If we hear anything from the OHSAA, we might say something or two about Ironton. I don't know. We'll just see where it goes.
Hey, just play it by ear at this point.
Play it by ear. For sure. Be sure to listen for the Barbara Auto Parts Replay of the Week. That can be heard all week long here on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze and on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM. Visit the Barbara Auto Parts stores nearest you with locations in Portsmouth, Ashland, and Chillicothe. Matt, we now at the Total Media Group of Portsmouth are proud owners of WIOI Radio, which is 92.1 FM and 1010 AM. And this coming basketball season, WIOI will be the voice of the Shawnee State University Bears men's and women's basketball teams.
Look at that.
We'll be doing all home games and a couple away games as well. First game is at the Cave this coming Wednesday, and I'll be there for that on WIOI.
And you going to be the voice of the Bears?
For a large part of the season, I will. Here's a mix-up on the snap to the punter. It was dribbled back to Mason Bradley. He could not pick it up, and it is recovered by Valley. Oh, my goodness, what a gift the Indians just received. We're a week away from Halloween, but Christmas just came early for the Tribe, and they are going to take over possession within the quality heating and air red zone as Valley is able to recover this fumble back at the 11-yard line.
I didn't see who recovered it.
That is a Hope Source recovery fumble. Start your recovery today by phoning Hope Source at 740-353-HOPE. We'll do a little investigating on that here during our next commercial break. But Valley set up 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's the give to Anthony Aaron. Lead blocker's in front of him, but still the Minford defense is able to get to him and bring him down in the backfield. Great stop by McLaughlin and company of that Minford defense. Boy, Sparks and McLaughlin, those two inside linebackers in this 3-4 set that Coach Jordan Michael runs on the defensive side of the ball. They are just everywhere.
Tell you what, they may open up a law firm at some point.
Sparks and McLaughlin, middle linebackers at law. Second down and a long 12, almost 13.
They'll tackle your problems.
Yeah. Two receivers to the right. And here is Conway faking the handoff, running up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Valley. 27-0 Indians. This score occurs with 9:03 remaining in the third quarter of play.
That's his third touchdown of the night, Chuck.
Definitely a candidate for our player of the game, presented by Collier Company at the conclusion of this one. Braxton Conaway with an 11-yard run. There's been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Here's Jalen Bender to try the point after. Bender is a perfect 3 for 3 on the evening on extra points. Here's the snap and the spot. The kick is up, and it is absolutely perfect. 28-0. Valley with just over 9 left to play in the third. This is high school football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. We're back in 60 seconds.
Minford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice. Your internet experts with fiber fast efficiency. Generations of exceptional service. Stay connected with a legacy. Online at falcon1.net. Minford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice.
At the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, they're proud to cheer for the home team, and even more proud to have you on their team. Whether you need insurance for your home, car, or business, they have your back. And because the local community is so important to them, they'll be right there with you, cheering for your team. Contact the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency today for more information about a policy from Encova Insurance. Visit the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency at 1031 Gallia Street in Portsmouth. Online at barrettmurphin.com.
Valley's Jalen Bender has the ball teed up and is getting set to kick it away. His Tribe up 28-0 at Minford. The Valley kicker will send a sidewinder down to the 15-yard line where the ball will bounce and be picked up around the 10 by Colt Donahoe. Donahoe brings the ball up the left hash mark in between the hashes and the numbers and takes the ball out across the 35-yard line to around the 38 before being tackled by Jared Kinnison, who is a 6', 170-pound junior. Donahoe has had some nice returns in this evening's contest.
Really has. He's been a big impact. Every time he touches the ball, it's a positive game and usually a big run.
Right around 25 yards on that run back. J.U. Howard, by the way, of Valley, was the young man who fell upon the fumble on the snap to the punter exchange, which went awry for Minford, setting up the drive, which resulted in the most recent Valley Indian touchdown. So kudos to J.U. Howard. Here is Kirk Glenn out of the gun. Pressure coming. He gets away, still on his feet, looking to throw. Finally, Glenn will get the pass away, and it is incomplete. Great effort there by Kirk Glenn. Also a nice effort by his receiver along the sideline, Ty Borland. who tried to get to that ball but ran out of real estate.
Yep, just been a little out of reach by a few passes tonight.
Glenn did a nice job just avoiding a sack there on that play. Matt, let's check the most recent Valley Indian scoring drive. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, phone 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
Check that scoring drive. It was a 2-play, 11-yard drive, 28 seconds off the clock, and it was a touchdown run by Braxton Conway from 12 yards out. Jalen Bender added the extra point. 28-0 Indians.
Kurt Glenn and the Falcons are going to go 5 wide on 2nd down and 10. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, a design quarterback draw. And Kurt Glenn runs up to the back of his offensive lineman, kind of stands there for a moment, breaks left and cuts back upfield and advances the football out beyond the 45-yard line to the 46. A very patient run by Kurt Glenn as he got kind of lost back behind those linemen, then picked his way for a gain of 9 to bring up 3rd down and 1. And it looks like Glenn is shaken up on the play. He indeed is. Still down, and now he finally will make his way to his feet.
He ain't going to stay down long.
No, he's not. He is tough. But, boy, he must have taken a shot there.
Yeah, for him to stay down that long.
Taking the helmet off. Can't help but think maybe he got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, I think.
Or perhaps got hit a little lower, because for him struggling to catch his breath like that, he's having a bad feeling at the moment, but as miserable as that feeling is, it usually does subside relatively quickly.
Hey, as they always say, this too shall pass.
Yeah, which is so easy to say, once that shall pass. Once that does pass, it is easy to say, but in the midst of it, it's very miserable.
It's very miserable.
So play's going to resume here in just a moment, and Glenn's going to have to come out for at least a snap, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Falcons when play does resume. 8:55 left play in the 3rd quarter, 28-0. Again, Ohio State off this weekend. The top-ranked Buckeyes will return to play 1 week from tomorrow, hosting the Penn State Nittany Lions. A season that has gone off the rails in Happy Valley. But that kind of worries me for next Saturday.
It does, because they are talented enough to compete.
Here's a give to Bradley up the middle. Now bounces it out to the left and has the 1st down. Bradley takes the football into Valley territory and is bumped out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Nice run there by Mason.
It really was. Looking to see who the quarterback was who took that snap. Was that Mason Bailey, the freshman, 5'9", 150 pounds?
I believe so.
Yep. He got in there for a play earlier in the game when Kurt Glenn had to come out for what we believe was the lack of a mouthpiece for one play.
Yeah, he probably just said, give me something, just put my mouth, like chew on, or I don't know. Knowing Curtis Glenn, he probably grab some mud and make a mouthpiece.
Make a mouth, just mold one out of clay. 1st and 10. I never did like the whole impression bit, getting my mouthpiece prepared going into a season. It was never fun. 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the 45-yard line of Valley. Glenn back in there. He's going to swing a pass out right side, and that pass is caught. But the Valley defense converges on the ball. It came loose, but the official over on the far sideline is saying that the knee had touched.
I believe that's Carter Frazee.
You are correct. He is a 6'2", 185-pound senior. And Blake Lundy, one of the Valley defenders to get over there and help with the stop. There were several around.
No gain or a gain of 1?
Gain of 1. 2nd down and 9. Gain of about 1.5. Young lady over there on the far sideline, the official, she was very emphatic that the knee had touched. Seen a lot more female football officials. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right, 5 wide for Glenn.
Oh,
and the hard count there gets the Valley defense to encroach.
And it was a cornerback. Corners want to come across. So that's surprising. Usually it's not that. Usually it's the interior lineman.
It's going to be 2nd down and 4. After the 5-yard penalty is marked off, that has the ball placed down at the 39-yard line of Valley. And Minford has one of its better drives going since very early on in this game. probably since the first drive of the game after Colt Donahoe ran the opening kickoff back to the 39-yard line. That's exactly where the ball is now. 5 wide again, the design quarterback run, and nowhere to go. Great defense by Valley, and we talked a lot about him in the first half. We haven't mentioned him over the last quarter or so, but Nolan Barnett, the 6'1", 220-pound senior, continues to have an outstanding game, anchoring that Valley defensive front. On this play, he drops Glenn for a loss of 2 back to the 41-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 6 as we come up on the 7-minute mark here in the third quarter with Valley up 28-0.
Nolan Barnett is not one you aren't going to not name him or give him a name or shout out without like a.
There's not going to be a quarter go by, is there?
No, he's going to make his name known.
Going to line up as the right defensive tackle. Valley in a 3-4 defense, 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. Here is Glenn, rolling to his left, going back across the body, incomplete. Colt Donahoe was the intended receiver. Nice pressure again by guess who? Mr. Nolan Barnett, and nice coverage by Blake Lundy.
So 4th down here.
Blake Lundy has really thickened up, hasn't he?
He really
that dude has been hitting the squats.
I tell you what, he's going to be a menace in basketball
He
season.
really is, and I can remember watching him play basketball last season, and he didn't look as big as what he looks out there in that football uniform, but he's listed at 5'11", 190. He might go a little larger than that. 4th down and 6 coming up, and Minford will go for it. Down by 4 scores. A receiver to the right, a stand-up tight end, a wing, and a receiver to the left. A running back to the right of Glenn, who wants to throw out of the gun. He's being pressured again. He's going to slip, and he's going to be hit by Gabe McNeil. The ball comes loose. It is going to be fought for and recovered by Nick Queen. I believe it was Queen who came away with it, which is somewhat irrelevant because it would have been a turnover on downs anyway. Don't tell that to Nick Queen, who fought very hard to get that fumble recovery. That's a Hope Source recovery. Start your recovery today by phoning Hope Source at 740-353-HOPE. But just great pressure by that defensive front. Again, Nolan Barnett was the first defensive lineman to get in the Minford backfield, and Kurt Glenn did his best to try to run away from everybody. But when he spun around to avoid the rushing Nolan Barnett, he ran right in to number 33, Gabe McNeil, who made the hit to knock the ball loose, and then Nick Queen was eventually able to recover. That was just a really good job defensively by the Valley Indians, who just kept coming with their pursuit. So the Tribe up 28-0, retakes the field offensively at the 35-yard line going in. It's 1st down and 10, ball on the right hash mark. Here's Anthony Aaron with the lead blocker in front of him. Aaron gets hit, maintains his balance, and breaks free down the far sideline and will waltz into the end zone for a 35-yard touchdown, making it 34-0 Valley. A little pushing and shoving after the play, and here we go. Back at the 34-yard line, look out. There is a scrum taking place. You could see that developing long after the touchdown had been scored. Coach Nolan Crabtree is out there to try to break it up, and now some Minford coaches coming out there to assist with that as well. Amazingly, I don't see a flag on the play.
I imagine there'll be something. They may have a conference for a little bit.
It was so far behind the play, though. I mean, Anthony Aaron was in the end zone. The officials were running that way. The officials might have been so far out in front of it with that occurring behind them, they might not have seen it toward the beginning of it. It might not have been picked up until the very end, but the officials are going to take an official's timeout and conference a little bit. Now, you know, if you're Valley in a situation like that, Matt, you've got to keep your head because they're going to playoffs next week, and there's a good chance they're going to host a first-round game. If you get ejected in a game tonight, if you're Minford, it doesn't matter. It's your last game. But for Valley, that would carry over into next week.
Well, here's the thing. If it's somebody who plays basketball or next sport they play, they have to sit out their first game. Yeah, actually, it's 2 games, I believe. No, it's a game. 1 game.
Let's see. The officials are continuing to conference. The White Hat came over and said something to the Minford sideline.
The touchdown's good.
Yeah, the touchdown by Anthony Aaron, a 35-yard run. That's staying on the scoreboard. And it looks like we're just going to have a play on.
Do you see anybody walking into the locker room? Or?
Nope.
What?
You know what? Kudos to the officials on that. Sometimes turning the other cheek might not be a horrible thing. I mean, nobody lost their life there. Nobody was robbed.
And we are now running clock.
Here's the extra point try by Bender. It is up, and it is through. He's a perfect 5 for 5 tonight on PATs, and that makes it 35-0 Valley. Timeout on the field. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. That was actually a pretty good one.
And play therapy services. TCC plays a large role in substance abuse prevention services for area youth, providing more than 4,000 prevention services for area school-age children each year. In operation since 1981, the Counseling Center is the region's leader in behavioral health care, providing everything from substance abuse prevention and recovery to mental health counseling, primary care, vocational development, and job placement services. Learn more online at thecounselingcenter.org.
35-0, the Valley Indians lead at Minford. The running clock will be in effect as soon as toe meets leather here on the ensuing kickoff. With the ball teed up is Jalen Bender. His kickoffs have been pretty good tonight. Colt Donahoe's returns have been rather solid as well. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton. There has been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Here's Bender's approach. He will lay into this kick. It's low, sidewinding. We'll hit it to 5, and we'll bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
What?
I'll tell you what, I'm starting to see some pushing and shoving occur more frequently away from the football.
Somebody got tattooed pretty
heavy. Hoping that everybody stays cool throughout the duration of this one. This game might have gotten to the running clock phase at just the right time.
I think you're right.
Yep. Let's check the scoring recap. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, phone 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
Check that scoring drive. One play, 35 yards, and I don't know how much time really came off the clock because it's been running, but the touchdown run was by Anthony Aaron from 35 yards out. Extra point by Jalen Bender was good. 35-0 Valley.
Bunch trips to the right side of the formation for the Minford Falcons. Glenn, play action, throwing off the back foot. He's got Donahoe wide open at the 28-yard line. He's got room. He lowers his shoulder and gets near the 40. Coming up to make the stop for Valley was Braxton Conaway. Really nice open field tackle by Conaway to give him his deserved props, but a good catch and run after catch by Colt Donahoe, and a nice job by Kurt Glenn getting that pass, his intended target throwing off his back foot. That's nearly a 20-yard pickup.
It is a 20-yard pickup.
Ball just shy of the 40-yard line.
I'm going to give it to him.
It's technically 19 yards, 2 feet, and about 10 inches, Matt, but I mean, you know.
You're being way too technical, Chuck. Check your eyes again. I'll start on the 40.
A receiver to the right, a couple receivers to the left. Play action. Glenn fakes to Bradley, rolls to his right, pressure coming, and Glenn heaves the ball out toward Colt Donahoe, far sideline, and another flag. More flags, and that looked to be something that happened toward the tail end of the play. I believe that involved Ty Borland of Minford and Connor Wilson of Valley. Is that how you saw that?
There was some stuff that happened, yeah.
There was some stuff that happened, quote Matt Payton.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a late push. There you go.
Personal foul, and this is going to go on Minford.
Yes.
So that'll be 15 yards.
We'll repeat the down. That's probably move it back to the 25, I believe.
I'm going to go there. Why not?
You going there?
I'm going there. You know, with the female official on the far sideline, I have been on sidelines before, and I've heard some things that football coaches have said to male officials. And I just wonder if they say the same things to female officials, and are you sexist if you don't? Because then you would be treating her different than you would a male. I don't have the answer to that. I'm just throwing it out there. Food for thought. Yep. Here's a throwback screen nearly picked off by Barnett. Boy, if Nolan Barnett could have had the interception on that throwback screen attempt by Kurt Glenn, that would have capped off what has already been a tremendous night for the Valley Indians senior defensive lineman. Just about had it. It's going to be second down and 25 after the incompletion. And a penalty. I'm not sure what the official's signaling up to the press box.
Unless he's saying...
Run, clock, run, maybe?
Well, it's already running.
It's already running, so I don't know what maybe he was just reiterating.
Yeah.
And just in case you forgot,
Yeah.
keep the clock rolling. I think the officials realize this clock needs to run.
Yeah.
Some unsportsmanlike issues here as of recent. Here's Glenn out of the gun. He fires near sideline, incomplete. The intended receiver was Carter Frazee. And boy, Glenn's getting blasted, it seems like, right after every single release.
Yes, he is.
4th down. Punting time for the Falcons. Just over a minute left on a rolling third quarter clock here in Minford, where Valley leads 35-0. The playoff-bound Indians looking to finish up the 2025 regular season 8-2 with the only losses to Leadersburg and West. Mason Bradley's in to punt. Snap on target. Bradley, the left-legged punter, will kick the ball to Conaway, who retrieves the ball at the 50, plucking it out of the air. He takes the ball inside of the 40-yard line and is brought down by Minford there. So good run back by Conaway. Tackled at the 36-yard line, 14 yards on the run back, and again, Valley has a short field to work with.
Well, Chuck, we are getting ready to hit
Quarter number 4?
quarter number 4.
Yep. Valley, I do not believe, has to snap the ball. They do not. There's about a 5-second differential between the play clock and the game clock, so this should take us to the final period with Valley up 35-0 at Minford. To the 4th quarter we go after you hear this 60-second timeout on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Reuter Plumbing, the Counseling Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, First State Bank, the Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware, Appalachian Marketing Media, and Dyer Insurance. At Clark's Pump and Shop, you'll find fantastic food, hot coffee, cold beverages, and drive-through convenience. Pay at the pump, always clean and courteous.
Thank you.
Download the Clark's app to get signed up for the Clark's Loyalty Rewards Program. Earn points with every purchase to redeem cents off gas or free products within the store. Visit the Clark's Pump and Shop nearest you, with locations in Scioto, Pike, Lawrence, Jackson, Greenup, Lewis, and Boyd counties. Look for Clark's Marathon and Arco stations. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
To the 4th quarter we go in Minford, where the Valley Indians have a 35-0 lead over the Falcons. We are in a running clock situation. It is 1st and 10 for Valley at the Minford 36-yard line. Ball right in the middle of the field. Hunter Cunningham back in at quarterback. He's going to give to Gabe McNeil, who's got room left side. McNeil inside to 25, inside to 20, and down to the 15-yard line. Kurt Glenn making the stop. 21 yards on the run by McNeil, and with that, the Tribe has moved into the Quality Heating and Air red zone. Quality Heating and Air can be found on Route 52 in Sugar Grove. We've been talking about the air conditioning repairs from Quality Heating and Air all season. It might be time to shift to the heat now.
Hey, we have heat up here.
We do, but I have the window open, so it's not doing us a lot of good.
Still, is somewhat decent.
All right.
Although you thought we were on fire up here.
I did. When they turned that heat on, I started smelling that smell that you know when you turn that heat on for the first time. I'm like, oh, is our stuff on fire? Here's a give up the middle. This is a nice run as the Valley Indian ball carrier will take the ball down to the 5-yard line. And what a nifty job that was by Connor Wilson, who is a 5'10", 180-pound senior, showing not only some strength, but some shiftiness.
That's going to be 1st and 5.
We've seen some really good runs tonight.
Really have.
On the Valley side, Gabe McNeil's had a couple. Braxton Conaway, who scored 3 touchdowns in the game, he's had a couple nice runs. Anthony Aaron's had several good runs. The one that was called back by penalty, in which his helmet was ripped off on, that was probably the best run of the evening he had, or the most entertaining one to watch. Here's McNeil up the middle, shoulders down, head over pads, and he will muscle his way down to the 1-yard line.
I think they want to get the senior 1 touchdown.
And he deserves it. And Connor Wilson, also a senior, deserved that nice run he had a few moments ago. Here comes Anthony Aaron, also a senior. He's going to check back into the game. He's going to enter for Isaiah Clark, it looks like.
I think they may go to the I formation where they'll have McNeil as the fullback.
Let's see if that is indeed what they do. As the huddle breaks.
They put Aaron out wide.
Yeah, but now he's coming back toward the backfield. He is going to circle back and line up as the deep back in the I. Here's the give to the fullback, McNeil, and he is in there for the touchdown. That makes it 41-0 Valley. There has been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Gabe McNeil puts 6 on the board to widen the Valley advantage. The Tribe on their way to going 8-2 to finish up the 2025 regular season. A postseason appearance to look forward to for next week. Here's Jalen Bender, the senior kicker, to try the point after. The snap, the spot, and the kick are all true as that boot winds up on the roof of the Minford Falcon Fieldhouse, and it is now 42-0 VHS. Timeout on the field. We're back in 60 seconds on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Swick Bentley Funeral Home want to help you celebrate the life that inspired you. Whether you have lost a loved one or want to pre-plan your own services, we are here to help. We can help you plan traditional burial or a cremation service, and our staff will work to ease the burden a loss leaves. We may be reached by phone at 740-456-4133 or email at info@sbentleyfh.com. And to all our local athletes, play hard and stay safe.
This is Classic Rock. WZZZ. Portsmouth. 107.5. The Breeze.
You're listening to high school football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. 9 o'clock and the computer gremlins have taken over. I can already tell. Good luck with that, Greg, back at studio control. I got faith in you. Here's the kickoff to Donahoe. He'll turn around and lateral the ball to the trailing return man, and he's going to try to get to the 20. His forward progress might have gotten there. Not sure where they're going to spot this, but that was a really good job by the Valley Indian kickoff team, just staying in its lanes and getting to where each individual player needed to get. I believe that was Kurt Glenn, who was the player from Minford who eventually wound up with the ball after Colt Donahoe had flipped it back to him. Nice idea, but they were right behind one another. I mean, only a couple yards separated. Usually when you see that, you see them separated from side to side in one manner and not one flipping back in the manner in which they were. But, hey, last game of the year for Minford. Pull out all the stops. Give it a try. They're going to spot the ball at the 18-yard line. That's where this drive will begin. It is 42-0. Design quarterback run. It's Glenn, and Glenn will be hit rather hard around the 25-yard line, but he will spin forward for an extra yard, advancing the ball out the 26-yard line.
Gain of 8.
Very nice run there by Kurt Glenn. Good job finishing, falling forward and getting that extra yard. We've talked about Curtis Glenn's toughness for at least 2 years, Matt.
Yep.
Played on that basketball team last year. We talked about that earlier. Was on the team that went to the Final Four, and actually in the midst of that tournament run competed in a boxing event that they had out here in Medford. Here's a little screen pass to Bradley. Bradley's got a little room, cuts back up the middle of the field, takes the football out across the 35-yard line, and will have the first down. Nice run after catch by Mason Bradley, the 5'10", 185-pound senior, out to the 36-yard line. 5:45 remaining in the ball game. Again, a running clock situation with the Valley Indians up 42-0.
I completely missed that play.
That was a screen pass to Mason Bradley.
Nice.
You missed a good one, Matt.
Well, you handed me the awards, and I'm looking for my pin, and I don't have a pin. I usually do. but I'm trying to find my pin.
Receiver each way. I hope you do. Here's Glenn. He's going to uncork one down the far sideline. Incomplete. Boy, they nearly connected over there. That was a really good route, a good throw. Also nice coverage by the Valley Indian defender. And as everybody gets up and spins around so I can see their numbers, let me try to fill you in on who was involved. First of all, the defensive back for Valley was Hunter Brown. And the intended receiver for Minford, waiting for him to spin around so I can see his jersey number, and he's just refusing to do that. I'm watching you. I'm still watching you. That's number 5. That would be Carter Frazee.
That's kind of who I was thinking, just by his body type.
Here's a give to Bradley. Bradley going left, now cutting back upfield. Nice hit by Bradley. Lowered the shoulder and went all truck mode there as he takes the ball out across the 40-yard line to near the 42. Now that's a way to finish a run there. Mason Bradley, the 5'10", 185-pound senior. Gain of 5, almost 6 on the play. I've been interested by the formation I have seen out of Minford throughout most of the night. When they don't go 5 wide, they have their tight end, who is usually Colt Donahoe, standing up in a what we would used to call a 2-point stance, just hand not down on the ground. Got 5 wide here, though, on 3rd down and 5. And here's a quarterback option, fake to the motioning running back. Glenn calls his own number and takes the ball right up the middle of the field for the first down as he advances the football to the 49-yard line. Gain of 8, fresh set of 4 for the Falcons. It would certainly be nice to see Minford bust that goose egg and get some points on the board here before their season comes to a close. But getting back to the upright tight end, you don't see that very often, and a lot of times they'll put a wing beside of him. That's what we're going to have on this formation. You see it on the left if you're watching the Appalachian Marketing Media video stream, but an upright tight end with a wing, both to the left side of the formation. They stay in to block as Glenn rolls to his right, fires down the far sideline. The ball bounces off the back of the Valley defensive back and falls incomplete, but a flag does go flying. The intended Minford receiver was Isaiah Robertson. He's a 6'2", 185-pound senior. And on the coverage for Valley was C.J. Maynard, who is a 6'1", 145-pound freshman. We've mentioned Maynard's name several times tonight because he is Jalen Bender's holder on the extra points. I think they're going to get him for PI here, pass interference. So that's a 15-yard penalty. Unlike in the NFL, that's not a penalty from where the infraction occurs. It goes back to the original line of scrimmage, and 15 are marked off from there. It's also not an automatic first down in high school, but
for this one,
it does provide a first down. Yep.
More than likely than not, it usually is.
Typically, unless you need more than 15 yards to get the first down.
So first down for the Falcons.
2 receivers to the right, that upright tight end, and a wing to the left. Little swing pass to Bradley out in the right flat. And is that backwards? I've heard no whistle. It's picked up by Valley. Parker Robinson racing down the far sideline. And Robinson is going to take this to the end zone for a touchdown. A live ball, backward lateral. And look at that Valley Indian sideline over there explode as Parker Robinson, the 5'6", 145-pound junior defensive back, just got himself 6.
Wow. I don't think I'm still trying to figure out how this works. I've never actually had one happen live. Usually I always call it a dead ball.
Looking at the weights of the Valley Indians players, Parker Robinson is the smallest at 145. Well, there's one other player that's also listed at 145. So how cool is it for him to get that score? And look at his teammates celebrate with him over there on the far sideline. They picked him up, they dropped him. Now they're helping him back up. They're going to celebrate with him some more. That's pretty awesome. So with that, there's been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. It's 48-0 Valley. And here is the extra point try by Bender. It is up, and it is good. And that one's going to hit on the side of the fieldhouse roof. It actually rolled over the pitch of the roof, the highest part, and over to the back side of the building. They're going to have to go retrieve that football. And we're going to keep things here, Matt, because I don't think we're going to have an ensuing kickoff. We're down to 40 seconds on a running clock, so that was probably, in all probability, your last play of the game. It's going to be a Valley Indian win tonight. Coach Nolan Crabtree's Tribe's going to finish up 8-2. And, we watched this team 4 years ago take a lot of lumps because a lot of the seniors on this Valley team were starting as freshmen 4 years ago. And their sophomore year, they got a little better, and last year they got a little better, and this has been the year that they have been waiting on. Every senior, going back to their underclassmen years, they start thinking about what could happen when they're 12th graders, and this group has had an incredible season that will continue on. 8-2, they get the win tonight, 49-0, your final score. That's going to do it for this evening's ball game, but we've got a lot more to bring you as the Minford Telephone Company post-game show is coming your way next. We're back in 4 minutes on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
You're always hearing the songs you listen for on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Well, I guess we'll talk for a little bit. I know we're having some issues back in the studio, so we'll go ahead and get our post-game coverage fired up. And if things get resolved back in the studio, shoot me a text and I'll send it to you. Otherwise, we'll just keep talking about this 49-0 victory that the Valley Indians just enjoyed over the Minford Falcons. Before we officially fire up the Minford Telephone Company post-game show, a big thank you to our friends from Appalachian Marketing Media. Always great working with them as we did tonight. For over 70 years, WNXT Radio has painted the picture of high school football, and here at Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, we've been doing the same since the early 2000s. And now with Appalachian Marketing Media, you can not only hear these games, but see them as well. Appalachian Marketing Media offers professional photography, website creation, and videography. Be listening to high school sports all season long on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, Mix 99.3, Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM, as well as online at WNXTradio.com, and be watching for more video stream games courtesy of Appalachian Marketing Media, and also a big thanks to our friends at Cool TV as well. 49-0 your final score this evening. Valley gets the win at Minford. It is time for the Minford Telephone Company post-game show. For over 100 years, the Minford Telephone Company has proudly served the area with its communications needs. Today, the Minford Telephone Company provides fiber-fast internet, TV, and telephone service on the area's only locally owned fiber optic network. Call the Minford Telephone Company at 740-820-2151 and talk to a real live and local person, or visit their website at falcon1.net for more information. Fast fiber local, the way it should be, the Minford Telephone Company. As far as our upcoming broadcast schedule, what we do have next for you is the Saturday Morning Sports Line tomorrow, beginning at 9 o'clock on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM. Tune in and hear what our area's high school football coaches have to say. Some will be doing a season wrap-up. Others will be talking to us about their trips to the playoffs. We will have Ohio State football for you next Saturday, as the Buckeyes will be off this weekend. We've got Shawnee State University men's basketball coming up this Wednesday on 92.1 FM WIOI. And, of course, we intend to have 4 high school football playoff games 1 week from tonight on Halloween, October the 31st. We just don't know exactly who, where, and what station yet. We'll let that all get sorted out here as the weekend moves forward once we find out what Sauter County teams are heading on to the postseason. Our upcoming broadcast schedule presented by Glockner Family of Dealerships. We know that you sometimes can't make it out to the game, especially these upcoming playoff games where there could be some serious travel. But just as Glockner makes the car buying process easy, the WZZZ and WNXT sports teams makes listening to high school sports easy. When buying the vehicles in your future, visit the Glockner Family of Dealerships, which include Glockner Chevrolet GMC of Portsmouth, Glockner Honda Toyota of Portsmouth, Glockner Chevrolet GMC in Ironton, Glockner Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram, with offices in Portsmouth and Ashland, Glockner Ford of South Point, and Glockner Auto Credit with 6 locations throughout the tri-state area. To best serve you, those Glockner Auto Credits can be found in Portsmouth, South Point, Waverly, Jackson, Chillicothe, and Ashland. Shop online for your next vehicle anytime by logging on to Glockner.com. We do have some awards to bring you here very, very shortly, and we will also take a look at the stats for kicks and giggles. Let's see if we can go to a commercial break. If so, we'll be back in 4 minutes. If not, we'll be back in a few seconds. This is high school football on the Breeze. Looks like it's the former rather than the latter. So with that said, Matt, let's go ahead and take a look at the final stats from the Valley Indians' 49-0 victory at Minford.
All right, first we'll start with the home team on the board, the Minford Falcons. Falcons finished with 7 first downs in the evening, 3 passing, 4 rushing. They were 3 of 11 on third down, 0 for 2 on fourth down. They had 61 total yards of offense with 43 yards passing and 18 yards rushing. They had 3 penalties for 25 yards, and their time of possession was 30 minutes and 18 seconds. Individual stats for the Falcons. Kirk Glenn was 5 of 16 passing for 43 yards. His receiving targets, Mason Bradley, 3 for 22. Carter Frazee, 1 for 1. And Colt Donahoe, 1 for 20. Rushing the ball for the Falcons was Mason Bradley, 6 carries, 18 yards. And Curtis Glenn, 20 carries for 21 yards. Now let's take a look at the team stats and individual stats for the victorious Valley Indians. Indians finished with 16 first downs in the evening, 2 passing, 14 rushing. They were 2 of 4 on third down conversions, 256 total yards of offense with 28 yards passing, and 228 yards on the ground. Penalties, Valley finished 6 penalties, 52 yards, and their time possession was 16 minutes, 35 seconds. Lastly, let's talk about the individual stats for the Indians. Braxton Conaway was 1 of 14 passing, or 1 of 4 passing. Sorry, that'd been really bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Braxton. 1 of 4 passing for 16 yards. His receiving targets, Hunter Cunningham was 2 for 2 passing for 12 yards.
Conaway only scored 3 touchdowns, Matt. Who needs to pass?
Exactly. What's this passing you speak
Yeah.
of? Lex Logan, 1 catch for 16 yards, and Gabe McNeil had 2 catches for 12. Running the ball for the Indians, you had Connor Wilson, 1 carry for 10. Gabe McNeil, 6 carries, 64 yards and a touchdown. Anthony Aaron, 14 carries, 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Braxton Conaway, 7 carries, 60 yards, and 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 rushing touchdowns, as the count would be excited.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about an important stat, the turnovers.
The turnover report. It's a service of the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency at 1031 Gallia Street in Portsmouth. Isn't it time you turn your insurance needs over to Barrett Murphy? Give Dan Cassidy a call at 740-353-3121.
Well, turnovers were 1-0 at halftime, with Valley having the only turnover. Valley was turnover-free in the second half. The only turnover they had tonight was the interception picked off by Trenton Scalf. But for Minford, they had 3 turnovers. All 3 were fumbles. Multiple people returning. One was a fumble that was recovered by, they had Nick Queen recover one. You had then the backwards pass just now and ran back for a touchdown. That was recovered by number 3 for Valley, Parker Robinson.
Yes, sir.
And then you had another one in the first, or not the first, but in the beginning of the third quarter. And that was recovered by J. Hugh Howard on that punt, the little kind of exchange.
Yes.
Was a little
Yeah,
rough.
the snap. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Other than that, that's the turnovers. So
All right.
3-1 turnover count.
Okay, let's move on to our awards. The Valley Indians 49-0 winners tonight. They wrap up their season 8-2. Minford concludes its season with a record of 2-8. The Carpenters Local Union 437 congratulates the Valley Indians on constructing a great effort this evening with hard work, skill, and precision. A Carpenters Local Union 437 t-shirt will be presented to the Valley Indians so their coaches can determine a worthy recipient. Maybe it was a starter who shined, possibly a scout team player who helped prepare the varsity, or maybe a manager who provided some inspiration. It takes the whole team. To learn more about joining your local Carpenters Union, contact Trampus Puckett at Carpenters Local 437 and construct a great life for you and your family. Next up, let's name the Gamps John Deere Outstanding Run of the Game, with the winner receiving a certificate for a t-shirt from Gamps John Deere, located on Route 140 in Slocum. Matt, what are you thinking tonight?
I went with Colt Donahoe, and he had a 56-yard kickoff return to start the game.
Mm-hmm.
That was my big run of the game, and actually that's the longest run from scrimmage, or longest run of the night, was that, besides that fumble recovery by Parker Robinson. I'm going to get his name right. He's a young kid, so I'm going to see him a couple more times.
Right.
I have a feeling before my career is over with.
Yeah.
Before his career is over with. But
So?
Colt Donahue had a great return that opening kickoff. He had a lot of great returns tonight. He was a very positive. Anytime he touched the ball, he was moving. So he gets the John Deere run of the game.
Congrats to him. Next up, we've got the Portsmouth Big Block. Big block of the game. It's brought to you by Portsmouth Block at 2700 Gallia Street and Portsmouth Building Supply at 1740 Gallia Street, both of which are obviously located in Portsmouth. Who was our big blocker tonight, Matt?
Well, you called this one out early. It was Brady Haynes.
Yeah.
Brady Haynes had a couple of big blocks. He was a big-time pulling guard for the Valley Indians this evening. Did a great job on the line, and they had a lot of guards pulling, but he was one made a couple of really big impacts on blocks tonight.
That one particular play was just such a beautiful play with Haynes pulling and Anthony Aaron following him up into the alley there and then just breaking off of his hip to pick up an extra few yards. That's exactly how the coaches draw it up. Next up, we've got the Monroe's Freeman Collision big collision of the game, with the winner receiving a T-shirt designating him as being the big hitter of the contest, this courtesy of Kevin Monroe.
I had a couple good possible people tonight, but I decided to go on Gabe McNeil. Gabe McNeil had some plays where he came flying up and just really leveled ball carriers, and he actually had 3 sacks on the evening.
Wow.
I mean, Nolan Barnett could have had this award as well, but kudos to Gabe and making a comeback to kind of finish the season a little bit, but he had a heck of a night tonight.
Lastly, Matt, we've got the Roger and Snuffy Player of the Game presented by Collier Companies in honor of longtime area sports broadcasters Roger Gray and Jim Snuffy Smith. Collier Companies is located on Collier Corner at 1661 State Route 522 in Wheelersburg and consists of Collier Construction and Collier Leasing, as well as Collier Safety, Collier Medical, and Collier Home Medical Services. Besides presenting the Roger and Snuffy Player of the Game, Collier's will also provide a $50 gift card from the Scioto River to any defender who forces a safety. Now, we didn't have a safety tonight, and I thought for a moment we might possibly have one because Minford was punting out of its own end zone a couple times, but no safety tonight, so we'll hold on to that River gift card for another day. But we do have our player of the game, and he will receive a T-shirt courtesy of Collier Companies. And who gets this award this evening, Matt?
Chuck Wood and Braxton Conaway. He did have the lone turnover, which was an interception, but other than that, tremendous job tonight just handling the offense when he was in there. He had 3 rushing touchdowns, and he looked like a man possessed when he did run the ball, so I thought he had a really big game tonight. He did a great job on punt returns, too, not letting the ball bounce and go farther than what they could. And, I mean, like you said, it's not an easy job back there returning punts, but very good job and great effort tonight by Braxton Conaway. And I'm sure these Indians are going to be excited to return home for a playoff game next week.
Certainly looks that way. They went into tonight ranked 8th, so there's a very good shot that they will host a first-round game. Checking some other scores from around the area, Wheelersburg is up on West, 49-12. Ironton leads Portsmouth, 41-13. The Gallia Academy is ahead of South Point, 21-7. Greenup County is up on Round County, 27-13. Fairland has doubled up on Chesapeake, 34-17. Notre Dame defeated East tonight. That's a final, 34-0 in a game heard on 92.1 FM WIOI. Huntington Ross leads Piketon, 30-22. Colgrove is up on Rock Hill, 26-7. Jackson defeated Chillicothe this evening, 35-0. Northwest ousted Oak Hill, 20-0 tonight. Mohawks wrap up a good season. It'll be interesting to see if they have done enough and those around them have done enough to help get them in. That was a team entering this final weekend of regular season play right on the bubble, so we'll keep our fingers crossed for the Mohawks. Football tomorrow, Sims Valley will take on South Gallia. That's slated for a 7 o'clock kickoff. And in football last night, Eastern Pike defeated Greene 56-0 to give the Eagles their 4th consecutive Southern Ohio Conference Division I championship. Congrats to